It's Mr. A to the Z.
You got it.
What's your name? Wendy Williams.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What you're here are about to witness the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house. Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this representing from west to east. Just better get it right. Y'all know the name. Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while. I hate the flag.
Ain't nobody
It is phenomenal.
like the queen.
Right here.
Who the world is this?
So, are we ready to take a call?
Okay.
I think I am.
Been doing this for
Sorry.
years.
Let's forget a Justin from Madison Girls Kentucky.
Well, Pepto-Bismol, I haven't opened it yet. I was eating my nuts. Almonds, folks. All right. Let me, what's the question?
Ain't playing.
Ready to answer.
Yeah.
I was ready to answer your
Art
question.
screams. Mike's is live.
It's okay.
Like it's a big Hollywood
forgive you for that.
production. And you're talking to one person. I can read your lips. I also have a clock. We do the
my
same thing
question is
every
about,
damn day. It's like
Sam
Groundhog Day up
on
in
the
this
internet.
piece. Hey,
From
everybody.
my email, I mean.
Over here. Welcome to Wendy Williams
Hello.
Experience. Oh, boy, do we have a good show planned for you today, my friends. Oh, yeah. First of all, during Advice Hour, I wanted to talk with you about surviving the pink slip. Yeah, when your boss says you're out of here. Also, headaches and how they relate to your waistline. And, you know that antibacterial cleanser that you carry in your bag? Because I know I carry it too. More to the story. Then, we'll talk about the celebrities, as we always do. Jamie Foxx, Oprah Winfrey, Toni Braxton. I've got a blind item about Hollywood herpes. We'll talk about the Snoop Dogg rape case, Sierra, and there's a third juror stepping forward from the Michael Jackson case talking about he's a child molester and I should have voted correctly to begin with. Plus, did I mention that we have company today? Oh, the legendary Ron Artest is in the building for the Hour of Truth. And if that's not enough, then damn you. Look, it is what it is, everyone. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Now let me holler at you for a minute.
Off and try it, yeah. We can dust it off and try it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
Oh, shoot. Hey, now. It is what it is. But how you doing? Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm glad to be here with you good people. All right, now, Artie Life of the Party on the buttons. What's good, Hood?
How you doing?
All right. I expected something a little bit more masculine from you. You see me over here with my Young Jeezy Snowman t-shirt.
Looking hot.
I just came from Queensbridge Projects.
Uh-oh.
I was dwelling in the projects all morning, and shout out to those good people over there. A special shout out to my man Hooks. Hey, Hooks. Shout out to Carl with the magazine. Carl, your magazine's back in the office. I'm going to show you some love on that in a moment. You know, Ron Artest is from Queensbridge Projects. And so we're putting together another Wendy Williams is on Fire. Allegedly, it's going to be shown in like late September or October.
Wow.
I know, world, I know. The studio is all lit up right now. We did part one of the interview. This morning, I spent the whole morning with Artest. We ding-donged on the actual apartment that he grew up in. Yo, 1 bedroom, 13 plus people in the apartment. You tell me that this man has not triumphed over adversity. And he's got so much hood love. Shout out to the whole Queensbridge. Shout out to everybody that, we saw out there this morning. It was not a thing for Artest to be out there. People, I mean, like old people, young people, men, women, the little kids. They call him Ron. They call him Ron. Here I'm thinking if his name was Ron, they'd call him Ronnie. Ron. Everybody called him Ron. Guys, women, the whole bit. But, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the guys who offered me that head right before the interview. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? I had to say, not today, Paul. I'm working. But they were right there. Yeah. Want some head right? No. I'm already mic'd up, damn you. Artest is such a nice guy. This is not my first time meeting him. He came in the radio show and interviewed about a year or so ago. Then, after the catastrophe happened in the NBA, the fight in the stands, before he addressed any news media, and this is incredible, I know you're going to think I'm lying, but for those of you who remember the show, he called this radio show before he talked to anybody. He was out in Indiana at his house. That thing, that fight in the stands, happened like less than 24 hours before, but he called this show to get his first interview on, and then he talked to the rest of everybody else, which I will never forget that, And so now, we talked all this morning at in Queensbridge, but he's coming here to give some radio love too, and the cameras are all set up. Da, dun, dun, da, da, Johnny Carson style. No. So what's going on around here, man? During Advice Hour today, I did want to talk with you guys about, like I was telling you, surviving the pink slip. When you get fired, sometimes, a lot of people tend to panic. They go into hibernation or they call their friends. And, you know what I'm saying? You know what I hate? When people get fired, and I've seen this happen time and time again in my industry, and I'm just like, why don't you get a damn life? People will get fired. Art, I don't know whether I've ever complained to you about this, about, like former coworkers from the past that you've never known, from the past. This is what irks me. People get fired from a job and still want to be meeting their friends from the job for lunch, waiting in the job vestibule for, you know what I'm saying, waiting out there at the reception area for their friends. They might still be friends at the job, but you got fired from this place. You have your friend meet you 25 blocks down the street. Or better yet, you even play it off to that friend like, you got interviews, get your grind on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that. That is like so pathetic. That is like truly. And I've seen that done so many times. I just want to yoke people up and smack them. Like, you know what? Have some couillons, my man. Why are you waiting in the lobby to go to lunch with Cynthia and them? Cynthia and them have a job to do. And furthermore, after lunch, Cynthia and them are going to be talking about you all through the office. Rah, 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 style.
Yes.
Don't cry for me, Arj, and damn Tina. This job was not my life. I will survive. Then you go home and cry. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man up.
Maybe they think they'll get rehired.
Please. Nobody wants to rehire a sapsucker. Unless they're going to treat you like a sapsucker. Dear Wendy, my coworkers and I are very curious to see what Artie looks like. So we went on the website and saw a recent picture that we filed. Finally, we discovered a recent picture of Artie under community events. Oh, this is for our flagship station, WBLS website. It's slide number 14. They say Artie is posed with Kim Fields and Layla Hathaway and Ada Williams.
I don't know who that person was.
So here are our questions. Number 1, is Artie gay? And number 2, what's up with his belt hanging open and his shirt all open? Does he always dress like that? Well, as a matter of fact, he does. He's dressed like that today. Okay, so go on. All right, if you want to see that picture, that particular picture, Art, why didn't you put that picture on the Wendy Williams Experience website? Well, that was a WBLS event. Okay. The flagship station here, this is a syndicated radio show. Fan out. But the flagship radio station here in New York is WBLS. So go to WBLS.com. And look in the community events file. Look at slide number 14. Art, as a matter of fact, you're wearing that exact same outfit today. Could you please buckle your pants up?
Okay. Sorry,
Thank you. And can you do one more button on the shirt?
Sorry.
Nobody wants to see all that. A carpenter's dream. Remember flat-chested girls? They used to tease us about that. Carpenter's dream, flat as a board. Oh man, yeah. So anyway, one more juror has stepped up. Exactly. Now, we already know that two jurors, a 79-year-old woman named Eleanor Cook and a 62-year-old man, his name is Ray Holtman, from the Michael Jackson case, are all of a sudden, after the decision that the jury made, saying, he is guilty. Well, now a third juror has stepped up. Her name is Katharina Carls, and she's 39, and she's a senior office specialist for one of the government agencies there in Santa Maria County or California. Anyway, she says that she now believes that Michael Jackson was guilty of sexually abusing that 13-year-old cancer boy, Gavin. And she also thinks that a lot of the sexual abuse happened after Michael plied him with alcohol. She says that she only voted to acquit Michael after accepting that there was 1% chance that the boy was lying. So Tom Mesereau, who's Michael Jackson's lawyer during the case, here's what he says. 12 people deliberated, and out of the process, justice is supposed to result. Now, 2 months later, these jurors have a change of tune. They clearly like to be on TV. I'm very suspicious. Mesereau, fall back. Cash that Michael Jackson check, and you are never to be heard of again. Really. Now everybody wants to jump up with the guilty stick. Shut up. All of you, shut up. 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 Oh, I just did it to the VH1 camera. Oh. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I don't think they'll run it.
You said you wasn't funny.
How does my makeup look?
Your face is beat, honey.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Once I got in the sun, I thought it looked a bit orange. But that's okay, because I zhuzhed my hair and worked it with my frames. I don't do interviews with sunglasses on. I think it's very deceptive. I think people who wear sunglasses all the time are liars. You know what I mean? And I think that the eyes are the window to the soul. Just like the teeth are the window to the coochie. Like I always say, if you're a person who has bad teeth, that's how they take care of that area. Mm-hmm. Right? Think about it. Think about it. A beautiful smile means sweet smelling, groomed, nicely taken care of, bathed, and ready to be serviced.
I like that. Nice.
But people who lie, people who, do drugs, people who are just deceptively always walking around with the damn glasses. There are exceptions to the rule, but and these are filmy. These are filmy. I got some. I've always loved big frames, even before these supposed big frames are in, just because I don't like people to look through the side, because I feel as the sunglasses serve the purpose right from the straight on, as long as the tint is like real black. But they always can see the side of your eyes to see where you're looking. Excuse me, I want my full privacy. Wrap around my entire head. Just wrap and swath my whole eye area for privacy when I wear them. But then I put them on, I can't see. And I don't know how people walk through the clubs like that. But for the Artest interview, I said, I'm going to be cool.
There you go.
Got on my Jeezy t-shirt. You know what I mean? Got me a fresh pair of K-Swiss. Ooh. Steve Lindsay is finally back from Canada. He's been gone since the pink carpet party.
Wow.
Well, God, I really, I was like, geez, while he's gone, I hope I don't have to do any VH1 stuff, because, who's going to zhuzh me? And I did the interview in these Artest glasses, and somehow I felt like a liar doing it. Like, I wanted to yank them off so many times, and I didn't. Hey, we'll be back. Keep it here.
Wendy, man.
I just passed the NYPD exam. Prior to this, I got a manslaughter case. I stabbed my mom's boyfriend because he beat her up. Okay. I'd like to know if I should just tell them up front that I did that.
You're going to sound crazy.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Check 1, check 2. Oh, boy.
By the way.
No, it's okay. Everything that we are on. But everything that goes on in the room is part of the experience because why? It is what it is. They're just mic checking 1, 2 on the cameras, trying to get all the angles for our test. How do I look? How you doing? Hey, tonight, everybody, is the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. As I was telling you yesterday, Chris Spencer's coming through. Remember, he had his own late night talk show. Do you remember he was at one point on, Artie, he was on BET at one point too, right?
Yes, Comic View.
Comic View. It was Comic View first, then he had his own late night talk show. That lasted for about 6 months. And now you can see him in a smattering of commercials. He does commercial work.
He's collaborating with the Wayans brothers.
And he's collaborated with the Wayans brothers. And now he's getting his comedy game because he came from this stand-up world. And he'll be in the house tonight telling jokes at the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. Chris Spencer. Plus, Michael Blackston is coming through tonight. So it's going to be a really nice night. It's going to be a really nice night. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. And if you've never been before, I would love for you to attend.
Also tonight is special VIP seating.
Oh, we're opening up.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly. What are you doing here? Yeah. Take off your glasses. Just finished doing a whole saying about glasses.
Yeah. Special VIP seating tonight at the Comedy Experience. It's off the hook. Hottest show in the city.
The VIP is literally right where we are. Like right there in the area. Right there.
Call for the seating.
Oh, yeah, call for the seating. Listen, if I stretched my 40-inch inseam out, I'd be able to kick you in the back. That's how close we are together. Yeah. It was so fun talking with Artest, mostly because, that whole size, height thing, everything panned out. Look, watch on TV. We look like we belong together. Like that. He's very tall, and I didn't feel like I had to lean on one knee, on one hip to talk with him or anything crazy. He loves his wife. When you see the Wendy Williams on Fire with Artest, and I asked him about his ring, oh my gosh, he goes crazy. At first I thought he was really mad at me, and then he goes into a whole thing. I'll let you wait for that. In September or October. Or possibly next March. Anyway, so the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience tonight, the doors open up at 8 o'clock. It's on 8th Avenue and 42nd Street. It's called The Laugh Factory. The parking is right next door. We got the Negroidian buffet. We got all the comedy you can imagine. Artie, life of the party. Are you working on your routine now?
I come off the top of the head.
Oh, okay. He pressed his own applause button.
I cheat and I let it lead me.
He cheats on the walk to the comedy club, and then he lets the chief lead him. Shout out to the bridge. So anyway, that's tonight. The jokes start at 9 o'clock. Shout out to Capone, the newest star of HBO. No, his show is not on yet, but he signed his paperwork 2 weeks ago. He's about to be a big star, and he deserves it. When you see him tell his jokes, you're going to know why. And then a whole bunch of other comedians will be there, too, including, like I said, Blackston and Spencer. So are you ready for some football? Woo! Yeah. On Saturday, September 24th, you can join WBLS for the New York Urban League's 35th annual football classic at Giant Stadium. Oh, this game is big. I don't even care about football. But when Mother was a single woman, I have to tell you something. This, along with the Black Ski Weekend and Men Who Cook, they were my big, let me get my heads on Zed. Let me go out here. Let me round up the girls. Oh, yes. The football classic? Are you kidding me? So that's coming up on at Giant Stadium. And who cares about the football? We just walk around looking cute in inappropriate shoes for a football game. I mean, you could tell we were single women, everything, tight or reasonably tight. I was still in my Carhartt, but I'd fem up for that.
Ooh, the Carhartt days.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah. I only did that because they covered a lot of all this. Nobody wants to see all that all the time. And I wasn't really much about showing it. Anyway, Saturday, September 24th, WBLS owns this event, and we want you to be there. It's the New York Urban Classic. It's the 35th annual football classic, Giant Stadium. For more information, find out what teams are playing, too. I can't much help you. Hampton and somebody, or maybe Hampton's not in it. Maybe Hampton played back in the day when I was single. I can't even remember. But look, find out. 212-926-8000, extension 55. This is great fun for the whole family, too, by the way. It's fun for single people. It's fun for the family. It's fun as a first date. It's fun for you and the kids. It's fun if you don't even want to go in the game, but you just want to barbecue, boogaloo out in the parking lot with the grilling. Fun. If you missed the number I just said, go to our website. It's WBLS.com. And yeah, hi, John. Hi, Ali. I see you guys at Beyond Image.
Ooh. Those are the real Pit My Ride guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, shout out to Exhibit. We love them. I mean, we love him. But, yeah, no, the Pimp My Ride guys are John and Ali.
Yes.
So what's up, dogs? All right. I've talked myself into a lather. So let me just, let's do something, Art. Go.
Yo, turn your radio up, son. You poppin' right now with the queen of radio, Wendy Williams. I be the RZA, Wu-Tang in effect. Bang.
Party over here. Hey. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, everybody. Ron Artest coming in today for the Hour of Truth. Advice Hour's coming up next hour. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be in Philly at Club Transit. Oh, yes, Transit Nightclub. We are turning it with Keisha Cole. Turning it. I'll be there by 10 o'clock tomorrow night.
That's what time the doors open.
Doors open up at 10?
Yes.
I don't want to get there the first one.
You'll be there like a one like you usually do.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be there somewhere around the devil hour, midnight.
Uh-oh.
Me and my plastic shoes.
Clear heels.
I think I want to wear them. They're my party shoes. Art, you don't understand. I've got such an array of shoes, but when you've got a big, wide foot and you find something that fits, you do know I can run 5 city blocks in my 5-inch clear heels, and let's call them Lucite, okay? Let's call them Lucite. Somehow they sound better.
Right.
I'll be there with my Lucite heels. And my jeans rolled up because my eczema is getting better.
Ooh.
So, Philly, I will see you tomorrow night. Mob Deep style. Yes, the party's going to be definitely crazy at Transit Nightclub. Keisha Cole's performing, and it's all going down in Philly. Hey, so this Sierra boy, she won 2-stepped all over the competition for the Lady of Soul Awards. The 10th year they're doing it. She got 5 nominations. Yeah, she leads all nominations, the Sierra does. They're going to be taped September 7th at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. A. Marie, Fantasia, and Destiny's Child all got 4 nods. But Sierra got them 5 nods. Good for you. There's something that's going to be in New York, actually. It's called Fashion Rocks. It's going to be September 8th at Radio City Music Hall during Fashion Week. And Nelly and Alicia Keys, Destiny's Child, Joss Stone are part of the lineup. David Bowie's going to be walking red carpet. Duran Duran, Gwen Stefani. I'll be out there. Hopefully that'll be the last element I need to insert, to get this next fire show going. Kate Moss is back in the arms of her junkie lover, Peter Dougherty. Well, 2 weeks after throwing him out because he was all cracked out. Remember the story? We covered it here. Kate Moss. They've been together for 8 months, but they're trying to put it back on track. See, there's not that much love going on. 8 months and the foundation is cracked. Due to crack? And I've been clean, allegedly, for years myself. Kate Moss, the model I'm talking about. Allegedly. Because I still, to this day, can't understand how you're going to be an ex-junkie yourself and lounging up with a present junkie. Like, how does that work? Unless you're still a junkie, Kate. And I'm not accusing, I'm just asking. Back when I was an offender, I could never get with guys who offended. Because I always felt, like a lot of offenders, I got it under control. If I quit, at least then the whole household will be clean, as opposed to if I quit, then you can't quit. Like that Bobby Whitney thing. Like, I just, I was never, That'd be one of the questions I'd ask in the date interview. Do you do drugs? Oh. In the meantime, my eyes are all wide, my nose is dripping, and my pocket's full in the back pocket.
Uh-oh.
Pouch in one pocket, quill in the other. I'm saying, do you do drugs? If you say yes, forget about it. I'm not going on a date with you. I don't need, first of all, you poaching off me. Second of all, I can stop. Because, we always say that. I can stop. And I still got a job. And what do you do? And what do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, well.
I do it sociably.
No. You're not going to socialize all over I need this. No, you're not socializing on. Or if you said socially, I think I went out with a couple of them socially. Yeah. And I'd be all about me too every once in a while. All right, well, let's go out on Friday, and we'll see where it takes us. And they, come with their package. And, you have to contain myself. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm just being sociable. In the meantime, I'd be dipping in the bathroom, pulling my quill out of my pocket and my package, my own. Because I'd be in there hoovering and then go back out to the living room. Oh, I'm social. Social. Playing it off. Kate Moss, are you still a junkie?
Oh.
Is Whitney Houston high in every episode of Being Bobby Brown? Practically. Yeah. And I understand that was taped, like a year ago. Do you think times have changed there in the Houston Brown household? I see you through the radio. Hey, this just in. Tampa, Florida. The 19-year-old son of former baseball star Dwight Gooden was arrested for violating probation and faced additional charges after having marijuana and bullets in his car. It's not like he can dodge who he is because his name is Dwight Gooden Jr. And he was held on Monday without bond. A jail spokeswoman didn't even know if he had an attorney. Gooden Jr. was already wanted on an outstanding warrant for violating probation from a 1994 crack cocaine conviction. Wow. He was jailed early Sunday after officers found him outside a downtown Tampa nightclub with... All right, weed heads, how much is 16 grams? How many blunts will that get? Don't talk in terms of pounds or how many equal packets it will fill up. You know what I mean? What is 16 grams? What does that mean? How many blunts do you roll with 16 grams? Just to break it down that way. And how much do you pay for 16 grams? Oh, and I forgot this one. All right, so he was found outside the Tampa nightclub, 16 grams of marijuana and a 44 caliber bullets in his car. He was charged with possession of marijuana, being a felon in possession of ammunition, and violating probation. They say he was sentenced to 24 months of probation and ordered to perform 150 hours of community service back in September of 2004 after an arrest during a drug sting. Buying your thing at the wrong place. And everybody gets swooped up in the dragnet. He was then arrested again in March and charged with hitting his live-in girlfriend in the face during an argument. They were probably arguing over the package. Who was going to take the last jump? That's the problem. When a junkie goes out with a junkie, there's a fight bound to happen. And them fights are terrible because everybody is stronger high than they are, sober. You saw Rodney King getting down. Yes. I mean, the cops were getting down too, but Yeah.
He was taking it.
Yeah, he was taking it like a junkie. Just taking it. Are we ready? When are we be ready? Okay. Well, that's what's going on with 19-year-old Dwight Gooden Jr. I'm very sorry to hear about that. And this... All right, wait, no. Well, I'll hold off. Oh, my gosh, the break is almost over. Oh, my gosh, I've got a desk full of This Just Ins. This Just In cases to me are like, bigger than the usual. Like I want to put the dramatic effect on them. I got a number of This Just In. I got that herpes blind item. We still have to talk about Snoop Dogg's and his rape case. We have to talk about Tony Braxton, Jamie Foxx, and Oprah. Ron Artest is coming in for the Hour of Truth. But in the meantime, we are 10 minutes away from Advice Hour. Surviving the pink slip. Talk about headaches, that antibacterial cleanser. And I'm going to take your telephone calls at 866-GET-WENDY. All right, you dial up and keep it here. Advice Hour's coming up next. Thanks.
It's Wendy, man.
I'm constantly sleeping with my baby's daddy. He is engaged to get married to someone else. Should I give it all up and say, well, I tried to have a relationship here?
You can't have a relationship. He's engaged to somebody else. He's about to get married. Really, I just can't take it.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic?
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, sir.
Listen, I'm a foster child. Let me start out by saying that. I'm 32 years old. I've been with my girl for 8 months.
Uh-huh.
I never met her parents, never met her family. I met them last night. Her mother is my birth mother.
Shut up. Because if this was a fact, I wouldn't read it. I think you were lying.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so in other words, you all are half brother and sister. Have you had sex with her?
Yes.
Ew.
Oh, my God. Exactly.
Look, did she go down and give you a professional?
Come on, Wendy, yes.
Oh, my God. You got beat off by your sister. Yo, did you go down on her?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. You've been with her for 8 months. That's a lot of sex.
Yes.
Oh, damn. So what is your question to me?
I don't know, man.
It's a wrap, you freak.
Got him. This is it right here.
Miss a day, miss a whole lot.
Coming through the speakers, boy.
It's Wendy, man.
Uh-huh. And it's Advice Hour here on the Wendy Williams Experience. Okay, the results of yesterday's People Poll question. Have you had... Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why.
Right.
Yo, when we were in the projects this morning...
Is you scared?
No. No. I got love all around the place.
I know you do, but that's not where you're from.
No, but Hooks and the boys, they were there.
Oh.
I saw a lot of nice girls, and I got a lot of hood love, and I appreciate that. And no, I'm not from there. They know that I am not from there, but for some reason, whatever reason, this is where people come to listen to the radio. I am a simple girl from the suburbs of New Jersey. I had a fabulous time, but that wasn't the point. The point I was making is that when we were in the projects this morning and I was interviewing Artest for my VH1 show, right? So Artest has his record label, True Warrior Records.
Yes.
You know, he's signed to Lore, and, you know, he's got a host of, you know, rappers and R&B singers, poets, and stuff like that. So he said that he performs too. I said, well, what do you do? All big and tall, you know. He said he rhymes. Yeah. So immediately I used the acoustics of the project stairwell because we were in the middle. Listen, we were out on the dunk court, but we were also on the jungle gym, and we went to various places. Turn off the music. So immediately he said he rhymes, and what did I do? I said, come on, let's do something right here. And I was waiting for him to say, I don't have a beat. Immediately, here I go. I start knocking on my head, and he freezes. I was like, you ain't no MC. No, but you know what he said? Ron Artest said that he's like Puffy and a lot of others who, you know, they do their work in the studio. Yeah. So I appreciated that. So he's not going to be freestyling here, but I was ready with the beat.
But he's good, though.
But I was ready with the beat.
That's right.
I was ready. I was like, how do you want it? You want it from the back of the skull, the forehead, or right up in the middle, of which this is where all my head clips are, so that doesn't really work.
Which part has the most bass?
The most bass comes from the forehead.
Oh.
Yeah, the most bass comes from my forehead. Here's the People Poll question result. Yesterday's question was, and they're always yes or no. Did you start having sex before you were 15? Did you start having sex before you were 15? 60% of you said no, thank God. But 40% of you said yes. Wow. Times they are a-changing. They have a-changed. Well, here's the new People Poll question for the Wendy Williams Experience website. The Wendy Williams Experience website. Do you exercise regularly? And I'm not talking about walking up and down the steps, because even I can say yes to that. I'm talking about going to gyms, going to curves, going to Bally's, do you work out? Do you go to the park and, you know, do pull-ups regularly? So that's yes or no, and you can go to the website and give your answer, okay? Dear Wendy, I work in an extremely professional setting, but something happened. On Friday, my office was allowed to leave for the day at 12 noon. But I stayed a little later because I had some catching up to do.
Easy.
My supervisor. You know what? Stop the drum roll.
Oh, man.
The phone is ringing. Hello?
Oh.
Hello, hi, Wendy.
Hi.
I have a question, and I need some advice.
Okay.
Do you ever feel ugly? Like, do you ever have ugly days?
Not since that TLC song. What was it called? Beautiful, pretty, unpretty. Not since that song.
Because, like, sometimes I feel really ugly, like, and I think about that, like, all the time, and I think everyone is ugly sometimes.
No, I think that everyone is beautiful, and you just have to turn the tables on yourself. Now, how old are you?
25.
Yeah. I mean, you got some growing to do. You got to start developing your inner self. There is not a day that I feel ugly. I feel that I could physically look better at times, but to feel overall ugly, my inner beauty, I've learned, outweighs anything that I could get done in a doctor's office or anything that God could have given me.
Oh, okay.
You know, develop your personality.
All right.
Beauty comes from within, and it's true.
I saw you in a club one time, and you're gorgeous. To me, I don't think anything's wrong with you. I think that you're gorgeous, you're pretty, you got your life together, and as for me...
Thank you. Being gorgeous would matter if you're a supermodel, but being that most of us aren't, it's much more important to develop yourself. You know, maybe you're dissatisfied with your career. I mean, you really got to get your life going on. Like stay out of the mirror and reflect from within. You understand?
Yes.
I mean, yes, it is important to keep your nails done, your waist tight. Yes, it is important to get your hair done, dude.
But what if you're just fat and overweight?
Well, maybe it's time for you to push back from the table and go on a diet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye. Hello?
Hello, Wendy?
She didn't have the voice of a fat girl, by the way. She had the voice of, like, a depressed girl, possibly a pilled-up girl, but not a fat girl. Hello?
Wendy,
Hi.
I want to ask you for your advice.
Okay.
Okay, how you doing? And so is my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And well, see, I was spending the night at his apartment. Hello?
Yes.
I was spending the night at his apartment, and then his lover tried to step to me. Okay, but nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
So then I told my uncle about it, and then my uncle was like, "Oh, you know, it's all good because he's been wanting you for a long time." I said, "So what does that mean?" And he said, "Well, you know, if you want to, you know, get with him, you can."
Hey.
So, another time when I spent the night there, I got together with his lover, and now my uncle's all mad at me. And I said, you know, what's up with that? You said it was okay that I could be with your lover, and now you're saying...
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes when it seems too good to be true, it is. Your uncle handed you over his lover, you took the bait, and now your uncle's mad. That's human nature. I mean, so what's your question to me?
Okay, Wendy, my question to you is that I want to get with his lover on the down low.
No.
Why not?
Because that's your uncle.
Because they have an open relationship, though.
Open to everybody but family members. You're going to complicate everything within your family. Don't. But, I mean, their relationship is open. They haven't said it's open to everybody but family. But I'm saying to you, if I had an open relationship, right?
Yeah.
I would not let my sister sleep with my husband. It's open to everybody but family. Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my uncle said, you know, his lover been wanting me for a long time.
Whatever. You're the one man that the uncle can't have. And the uncle will have to deal with that.
Oh, Wendy.
Well, you're ultimately going to do what you want to do, but thank you very much for calling. Hello?
Hey, Wendy, how you doing?
Hi.
If I'm taking care of my children, do I have to physically give their mother money? If I'm taking care of them and buying what they need?
No. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of trifling mothers out there that I wouldn't, if I was a baby's father, trust giving money either. I'd pay the school directly. A check with my name on it, I would pay the school tuition. I would take the kids shopping to wherever they get their sneakers.
That's what I do. I take them shopping, buy them what they need, and when they come to me, they come to visit with me every other week. I buy them food.
Hopefully, you're doing it on credit card or some normal fashion, or saving your receipts, because
it's always cash. But I do save my receipts and everything. But she seems to want extra money.
No, she might want that for her nails to be done. if I were you, I mean, I see nothing wrong with that because I do understand that a lot of men go through a lot of, crap with women and trying to get extra money off the baby's father.
But if I take care of them, I'm not obligated to give her money, right?
No, you weren't married to her, were you?
Well, yes, we were married.
Well, then where's the spousal support? Is this a ghetto divorce?
No, not really.
Are you really divorced?
We're separated.
Okay. All right, get ready. You're going to have to pay her. When are you going for divorce?
I have no idea.
Ghetto. Okay. What she's looking for, according to the court system, is spousal support. She's not getting any spousal support from you until you all formally file your papers. Stop being so ghetto. Do you want to get back with this woman?
No.
Then get your divorce. Do you want to get married again ever?
No.
Do you still have sex with her?
No.
How long have you been separated?
For about 5 years now.
You are so ghetto. It's disgusting. What she's looking for is spousal support. If you formally divorce her, perhaps the judge will grant her spousal support. Then again, maybe not. It's been 5 years. But if I were you, I'd get myself a credit card so that I can have a more organized way. Because receipts are cute and they are a good barometer. But you ever notice that some of the writing from receipts disappears after a few months?
Yes, they do.
You ever save a receipt and then you go back to look at it and nothing's on it?
The ink is like dead.
Yeah, you need to get yourself a credit card and allocate that credit card just for your kids' expenditures. That way, anytime anybody rolls up on you from the court system, they can have the whole sheet. Everything on there is about the kids. Don't even buy yourself stuff on it.
I do take care of my kids. From A to Z, I take care of everything that they need.
All right, well, I wish you well.
All right, thanks.
Bye. My supervisor and I have been flirting for a few weeks now, but nothing serious. He's married and outrageously sexy, always buying me lunch on the down low and offering to do things for me. Well, on Friday, I was in my office because everyone had left, and he was in a meeting and in and out of his office. Well, he finally returned to his office and he noticed that I was there. So he came to my office, and one thing led to another, and we got busy, and he gave me a professional. And I loved it. Hold on to that drum roll, because there's more.
Easy.
Well, we've been going at it now on a regular, meeting in hotels and on the weekends and staying after work and getting it together. Wendy, no one knew this until the housekeeping lady caught us. Keep that drum roll going.
Maria.
Exactly. That would be our Maria here. And she has said nothing, but I would die if people found out. His wife works with us. Keep the drum roll going. There's more. And she has no clue what's going on. The bad thing is that I'm bisexual and I've been sleeping with his wife too.
Boom.
There you go.
Wow. Beautiful. I love the world we live in. Nice world.
I'm in love with my supervisor and I need some advice. What do we do about the situation? Should I tell? Sign, Hot and Bothered. Hot and Bothered, you need to take your trifling, trampy behind back into your office. Develop a social life of your own that has nothing to do with married people. Or married people. I was trying to think of how to describe both of them, but they're married. Both of them are married. That has nothing to do with being with married people. Because ain't no good going to come to you until you get yourself your own damn man or woman. Nothing wrong with being bisexual and all that other kind of stuff. And I understand adventurous and living on the edge. How dare you? I'm in love. How dare you? What do you want me to tell you? Stick it out, girl. In no time at all, he'll leave her. She'll leave that job and he'll marry you. Oh, please. 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 You were unrealistic in thinking anything could come of this except for you losing your job and possibly your shirt in the process because your reputation. That's all we got. Our privates and our reputation.
How you doing?
Well, let me just review what she's asking me. I'm in love with my supervisor. Okay, they had sex for the first time on Friday, but they've been doing the do on one Friday, excuse me. Well, they've been doing the do. You're not, fall out of love now. Leave both of them alone now before Maria starts talking.
It's Wendy, man.
Me and my wife have been married for 15 years. He's threatening to leave.
What did you do?
Had a problem with drugs.
You got the drug voice.
Yeah.
Hey, man. just asking, what's your drug of choice?
You name it.
Coke?
Yeah.
Weed?
Yeah.
Crack?
Yeah.
Heroin?
Yeah.
E-pills?
Yeah.
Whippets?
Alcohol.
Gorilla?
Yeah.
PCP?
Yeah.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wow. Hey now. It's BLS 107.5. Would the computer freeze? Here, get number 12. And then you pick something.
Okay.
How you doing? All right. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. WBLS is still celebrating the 107 days of summer. We got a big block party going on Sunday. You up for it? I'll see you there. It's all hosted by Bob Lee. It's in the Bronx. It's called Raising Kings and Queens, the 5th annual Family Day at Rosedale Park in the Bronx. It's this Sunday. Bob Lee is hosting. The fun starts at 10 o'clock in the morning and goes until 8 o'clock at night. I'll see you somewhere around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, saying hi and whatnot. If you have a book or, a CD or something, I'll sign. We'll have some WBLS goodies to go. BT Express is performing live. There's a fashion show, more. There's entertainment by the legendary Bronx's own DJ Cool Clyde and Lance Lightning. So this is a lot of fun up in the Bronx on Sunday, and I'll see you all there, okay? It's the Raising Kings and Queens 5th Annual Family Day at Rosedale Park on Sunday. Oh, and the funk is back in Brooklyn. Oh. That's what this says. The funk is back in Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn. We've got Throwback Thursdays going on at New York's. Oh, my gosh. Perks is open again? Oh my God. We don't know anything about Perks. You were just following my lead? Yeah. Perks. I can't believe. Perks is reopened? No, stop. 193 Smith Street in Brooklyn. Perks is open. They've got live comedy, open mic night, and listen for your chance to win your way into Perks. Throwback Thursdays. Brooklyn is not going to be the same, boy. Perks. Comedy Experience is tonight. And so I'll see you guys at the Laugh Factory. The doors open up at 8. The comedy starts at 9 o'clock. Chris Spencer, who used to host Comic View, or used to be on Comic View, who used to have his own late night talk show, who's on a lot of commercials and stuff like that, who's also doing stand-up. And so he's going to be working it out, stand-up style, there at the Laugh Factory tonight. And also Michael Blackston will be there as well as many other comedians. A shout out to the fabulous Ken Black. Anything shady to say?
No.
I don't even understand how you could remotely be shady to Ken Black. He's such a nice man.
He is a nice guy, but they have their comments.
They do?
They all do.
They say slick stuff about you?
Yeah, even Capone, they all say slick stuff in my ear when I get off stage.
Oh.
Let me know that, look, okay.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
They're threatened by your comic genius. Not that you're a genius, but, as long as,
I keep doing it. Maybe one day. But I'll never be them.
Well, you'll never be Capone, because Capone's taking the comedy. So he's got HBO.
Yes. I never became Black either.
Ken Black is getting quite... Ken Black was funny when I met him, but he's getting funnier and funnier and funnier.
Every time.
Yeah, but the difference between those guys and you, the chief.
Oh.
You see?
Yeah, they don't need it.
Well, you know what? Imagine if they had it.
Yeah.
Capone would have been sitcomized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ken Black, you'd have been right there playing the guy next door.
Do the chief, y'all. If I get my sitcom, I'm chiefing for a long time.
Some people can only be creative, be funny like that.
Yes.
Art happens to be one of those people. All right, so I'll see you tonight at the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience at the Laugh Factory, 8th Avenue, 42nd Street, and come get with your thirst and your hunger. Okay, good. All right, so let's keep it moving. Vaughn's in at 7 o'clock with the Quiet Storm. We've got more Advice Hour to go, and Ron Artest coming up at the top of the hour on the Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WBLS.
Brothers and sisters,
Taking it back, baby. Taking it back. Taking it back. Old school short shot.
yes, the rhythm's a rebel. 2, 3, play.
A little play from back in the day. And me, it's Wendy, man. Wendy Williams. The Wendy Williams Experience.
This is exclusively on Wendy Williams.
Wendy's got the heat. I'm gay.
is exclusively on Wendy Radio.
Wendy got the heat.
Yo, this X to the Z exhibit. You're listening 107.5 BLS.
Yes.
It's the Wendy Williams Experience. It's Advice Hour here on the show. You know what? Little Mo will be in on the show today. What? Yeah. So this is Advice Hour. Ron Artest is coming up next hour. And Little Mo will be in during our final hour. Isn't that fabulous? Company all day. I want to shout out to a woman who listens at her job. She works for the Tops bubblegum company. Look at all my bubblegum and stuff. And guess what Tops has back in the fold? For all the old school heads, Wacky Packs. Oh my gosh. Cool Whip is not called Cool Whip, it's called Ghoul Whip. Remember? I love this. Thank you so much. And a special shout out. Excuse me. Oh, turn off my mic. Ugh. Special shout out to Wendy Regisford, who works at Tops. Wendy, thank you so much. She calls me a friend in her head and a sister in her heart. And don't forget, the Tops company is the one that just assigned Jay-Z to a basketball card. That's right. And she says, oh, by the way, I'm still campaigning for your television show deal. The Wendy Williams Show, Queen of Keeping It Real. I have a television show deal. Well, sort of. It's with VH1. The cameras are in here right now, waiting for Ronnie Artest. Ron. You'll be able to see that episode sometime in 2008. Oh! Shout out to everybody at VH1. Jokes. No, they actually said that this episode, allegedly, will be seen in October. And then she says, P.S., I'm sure you will have your own celebrity card with us very soon. I need more FaceTime, though. Thank you so much, Wendy. Okay, so let's continue with Advice Hour here on The Experience. All right, let me move all this bubble gum. This bubble gum is crazy. My kid, 240 pieces in this one package. My kid is going to go crazy. Do you hide food at your house only for you? I feel so 12-year-old when I do it, but I do. I hide my licorice. I will hide this entire Tops thing. I put it, in a secret place in my closet. And I also hide my Nabisco cookies, the 100-calorie packs that I like. Because my son and also Mrs. Lopez, they like them. And I see them running through them and stuff like that. Those are for me. Anyway, have you ever slept in your bra, ladies? Okay. Well, that's a no-no. Jerry Hollowell from the Spice Girls happens to sleep in her bra, and she says it keeps her breasts pert. And I'm sure a lot of you all might feel the same way. It keeps your breasts pert. But according to research found, wearing a bra for 24 hours a day as opposed to less than 12 hours increases your chance of getting breast cancer 133-fold. That's what they say. Okay, now I was going to talk to you about headaches and surviving the pink slip and also antibacterial soap. Well, let's talk about headaches first. There was a study done at the New England Center for Headaches in Stamford, Connecticut. And what they found after dealing with over 30,000 people is there's a connection between your waistline and the severity of your headaches. Here's the quote. We found that overweight people experienced more severe and more frequent headaches. The connection, they say? Obesity is a risk factor for vascular problems and inflammation, and migraines are often caused by inflammation in the blood vessels. So it's possible that there's too much pressure being put on your blood vessels, and that creates a pro-inflammatory state, making migraines more common. What you can do about it? They say lose weight. It might reduce the severity of your headaches. What you should watch out for? They say if you're overweight and you have migraines, talk to your doctor about medication that won't cause you to gain weight. Okay, let's move on. How about that antibacterial soap? What's your brand? I use Purell. They say the next time you whip out your antibacterial stuff from your bag and squeeze it in your hands and think you're doing something, just keep in mind it only removes 90% of the bacteria. But it's basically useless in removing viruses that cause the common cold and hepatitis A. According to a study at the American Journal of Infection Control, they say when it comes to cleaning your hands, nothing beats soap and water from the sink. The antibacterial things don't necessarily do the trick. Now, how about being fired? Being fired really shows the stuff that you're made of. I mean, as dark as that day looks and everything like that, you know, the stuff that you're made of is the stuff that life is kicked to you and you've risen above. So here are some tips on being fired. And this is from, I think I might have gotten this from Ladies Home Journal. I'm not exactly sure, but I liked what they had to say. Number one, they say, don't isolate yourself. Resist the temptation to crawl into a hole under a blanket of shame. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family. Number two, don't panic. If you're fired, they say, check your savings account and take a long, hard look at your bottom line. You may be able to float longer than you think with a few belt-tightening moves. Also, they say contact your local unemployment agency to see if perhaps you qualify for unemployment insurance benefits. Talk to human resources, they say, if you've been fired. See, I'm not staying in the building long enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not staying in the building long enough. But if that's you, then they say talk to HR. Ask them if they have any outplacement services that you qualify for. You never know unless you ask. Your alma mater also may have free, low-cost career counseling services. Oh, that's a good one. Here's another tip that they say. Realize that you have options. You can take a temp job, do seasonal work, or even waitress, bartend, or babysit just to hold you over a little something. Also, learn from your experience. Think about what you did wrong. Was there a mismatch between you and your talent and your values and your passion and your position? Was it a personality conflict with your boss? Did you need additional training? Did you take off too many days from work? Were you on the telephone talking to your baby's mama too much? Figure out what the problem was and commit to avoiding a similar scenario in your next job. And the one thing that they didn't say that, you know, I always heard, even before what's wrong, Bianca?
I was just looking at gay porn on the computer.
Oh, and he's subjecting you to looking at it?
Yes.
No, but they said it's three.
Turn it around so I can see. Gay porn.
3 rappers from the 90s are supposed to be in there. I'm trying to find the section they're in. Like, can you guess these 3 rappers from the 90s that's in this movie? And I'm trying to, like, go to that point.
Well, I don't know who that is, so change the screen.
The computer here is so slow. I'm trying to do it now. I've already pressed it.
Do it. Look. Listen to me. Freeze the screen and wait until Artest comes. Nobody's going to make knowledge of it. Just let him just see that, you know, it's going down. Shh. Turn the screen towards Artest's chair. Okay. In the meantime, make sure that you have 6 months of savings to pay for the roof over your head and your essentials. Always save before you go out and splurge on those new boots, okay? Alrighty, everybody. Ron Artest coming up next.
It's Wendy, man.
I just found out this morning that my supervisor's pregnant.
Damn you, I told you not to do it.
Should I tell my wife what's up?
Plan on a divorce. And as for your job,
Put that where? Back there.
The Wendy will...
You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open.
Wendy Williams.
Yeah, this is Ghostface. What up? Holla at your boys, Jay-Z.
Hey, yo, this is Busta Rhymes.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Wendy Williams rocking your station, dropping hits across the whole nation. Wendy Williams rocking your afternoon. I think about us.
Okay, now, the Wendy Williams Experience is on the radio. Ron Artest is in the building. He's in the bathroom. And I'll tell you a story. Well, actually, I'll just share it. Never mind. Here he is. Oh, shoot.
Hey.
And you changed your clothes.
I had to switch up for you.
Hey. I'll take a second kiss from Ronnie. Ron. Yes, he noticed the porn right away, everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Because that's wrong. That's art.
And that's a little bit of that's a different type of porno. Right?
Well, that's how you're doing art for you. I'm sorry, Ron. Don't mean to insinuate anything. As a matter of fact, look, you know, as long as you're here, is Ron's mic okay? VH1 team. VH1 studio. I mean, he's in the studio. Here, wait. I'm trying to fix you.
VH1 is in the building.
Yeah, there you go. You're so tall, Ron. Your torso. The mic has to be
even.
Goose. Yeah, you are. You know what? You're a nice proportion. Your hands are in proportion with your legs that are in proportion with your... How much do you weigh?
I'm 255 right now. I'm heavy.
What's your fighting weight?
My fighting weight is about 260. Yeah, I like to fight at 260.
Yeah. So, are you on a particular food regimen, getting you back in the game? Because, you know, you haven't worked in a minute.
Well, I've been working out ever since I was suspended. You know, the team let me work out, and I'm in great shape. I went to Summer League, tore it up, and I averaged like 20 points on all jump shots. I could have averaged more, but, you know.
Yeah.
It was all about winning.
Now, some of the guys on your team, I think it was Jermaine and one of the other guys, they got back in the game after being suspended for only about 10 games, was it?
Yeah, it was Jermaine got back after about 15 games.
Okay.
Everybody deserved to get back. Jermaine was fortunate enough to come back, and me and Steve Jackson was less fortunate, and, you know, of course, I had the end of the totem pole.
Right. You had to lay on that sword.
Yes.
What was going through your mind when you jumped up there in the stands and started, you know?
It was a reaction, you know. It was a reaction that sometimes you got to think before you react, especially if the situation is not called for. You know, it's not called for you running into the stands. You know, I think I could have handled that a little bit better. At the same time, the fan he wasn't right at all, and it was just like a fight. You know, people fight, and that's what that was. It was going to break out into a fight, and then I kind of attacked the wrong person and things like that.
Yeah. Did you grow up fighting as a kid?
I grew up a little bit of fighting, a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit over there, Queensbridge.
A little bit of fighting, a little bit of basketball, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, but you seem to be the kind of guy that's really focused. Now, did you grow up with your mom and dad in the house?
I grew up with my mom and dad. They separated when I was about 13 years old, and that happens mostly. I think in black communities, a lot of separations go on, and mostly like in neighborhoods and ghettos. You know, all the pressure. As I got older, I kind of understand, you know, why they separated and things like that.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to be thankful for the 13-year foundation that they put down on you.
I was just, after you left me in Queensbridge, just now, I was playing my father in basketball on 12th Street.
Oh, nice.
He beat me in the last game. I beat him in the first game.
Is your dad tall like you?
He's 6'2".
Is your mom tall like me?
No, my mom is about 5'7".
Oh, wow. An average height lady.
Yes.
What's the first luxurious thing that you bought your mom when you started getting some money?
When I first got my first check, I said, "Mom, let's move."
Yeah.
My mother said, "No, I want to stay in the hood." I said, "Mom, come on now, let's just move." And she said, "No." So I said, "Okay." So I was with Dwayne Martin at the time. Dwayne Martin's brother, he laced my house in the hood, the house that we was at today. The lady opened the door, but she didn't let us in. But you know, we laced the whole house. And then about a month, my nephews just destroyed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Earlier, Ron was telling you about how he grew up and how many people in the house, which I found that so difficult. Tell everybody.
I mean, you know, I grew up on 12th Street in Queensbridge. As I got older, I moved to 10th Street. Had a big fire in my apartment. We had to move. It was about 17 of us. We had to move into a one-bedroom apartment for about 2 months. And then finally, you know, housing realized that the house was just a little bit too small.
Right.
Then we moved back to 10th Street.
Yeah.
And, you know, I had a little bit more space, and I got my own room when my sisters moved out and things.
Yeah. Now, how many people live at the house out in Indiana? I know it's you and your lovely wife.
Yeah,
you have 4 children. Do you have a minion of staff members and stuff?
No staff members, just family. I got on my property, I got like 4 houses on my property, so it's pretty cool. I got a chance to have my mother live with me and my mother-in-law, and then I got my studio home and my home, so it's pretty cool to have my family right next to me.
Now, when Allure happens to be the female group.
They're performing tonight too.
Are they?
Yes.
Where? Here in New York City?
I don't have the exact address, but in New York City.
Ron?
I'll get it for you shortly.
Yeah.
I have it by the end of the show, Laura. They got so hot too. They did shows everywhere. They've been on tour and they're looking good.
And they are real good-looking women.
Oh,
and can I just say, you don't have to correct yourself because I'm going there. So you're married.
Oh, yeah.
And you work with these stunning women. And I know the girls from Allure.
Oh, yeah.
Did your wife have to kind of get to know them before they got in deeper with Warrior Records?
Yeah, it probably took a while for her to adjust, but she was actually in the video I shot for my single. Hopefully y'all can play it today. I bring her with me.
Oh.
But I'll give you the video and you'll see my wife, and she's the only one that I'm holding around the hips because she's that beautiful, and I don't think I can hold anybody else around the hips.
At least not in the public. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk more about take us back to the NBA, that game. The Pacers were playing
Detroit Pistons.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Pistons.
I don't follow sports like that, but when it comes time for that behind the scenes
stuff. You still got my Pacer cup I brought you?
I do.
Okay.
I had my coffee this morning out of the Pacer cup.
Okay.
I'm surprised that you remember it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Ron, that cup became more valuable to me after the fight because you were, I mean, I hate to say this, but that fight made you that instantaneous NBA it man. I mean, it. And you know what else I appreciate about you? Before you did any other press, do you remember you called the radio show?
Oh, yeah.
That was fabulous.
Yep. Thanks to Art.
Yep. that was absolutely great. And so take us back to that day, your team versus the Pistons. After the fight happened, how much time did you all have to spend in the locker room getting screamed at and screaming back and all like that before you were finally released to go home?
We had so much energy, and that night everybody was just had each other's back. Everybody was just ready to protect each other, no matter what had to happen. And fortunately, I was around a bunch of people who was from the hood like me.
Right.
A bunch of people who was just, as ghetto as I am.
Yes.
And
who understood that you can't just let a sucker punch you or throw something at you and not do something back. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, it was people emotions just got so high that day. We were so upset because how disrespected we were. But, after it was over, we got a chance to just get out of there, went home.
Yeah.
And we thought about it, and it was a lesson learned.
Now you went home to your family. Were any of your teammates, did anybody come home with you?
No, everybody went on their separate ways. We had a chance to talk on the airplane, on the bus to the airport, on the airplane.
Yeah.
And then that next day in practice.
Yeah.
Everybody had a chance to talk to each other.
How was home life? Your wife, was she at that game or she wasn't there?
She wasn't there. They was home, and they just thought it was it was just unreal.
Did they light into you, or did they light into the fans?
They was upset. They was upset at the fans. Everybody was pretty much upset. And then I had a little bit of I take a little bit of the blame.
Yeah.
Because I was a part of it.
Yeah. Did you break down and cry at any given moment?
No, I was about to though. I was upset because there was something I was trying to avoid confrontation.
Yes.
That day.
Yes.
And then. It just is around me. A confrontation just loves me for some reason. The controversy.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Calm
but
down,
it's
Ron.
over now, baby.
Well, calm down, Ron.
It's over now, baby.
So now new season's about to come up.
Oh yeah.
You're playing all over again.
Oh yeah.
The people in the office at the Pacers organizations love you.
Oh yeah. A lot of support.
And you and your wife, you did not suffer financially because of losing all that money from this past season.
Fortunately, like I told you earlier, my website sells my CDs, my shirts, my jewelry, everything on the website. I was getting hits from Africa, Saudi Arabia, Japan, United States, Canada, everywhere, and they just supported me, and I grossed a lot, so
wow,
I was pretty stable.
Yeah, what, did you get more than 6 figures after it was all done?
It was about to be 6 figures.
Oh wow, nice!
So
that'll buy you another used 500.
It's about to be 7 figures, actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So
look,
thanks to all my fans out there. We love you. We love you. We love you.
That's fabulous. Ron is not a spendthrift, so a guy like you will always be okay, Ron. He has a bunch of broken down cars on blocks in his driveway. No, I'm just playing.
I'm trying to get my Jeep Cherokee fixed right now.
See? Well, Negroes.
The wheel alignment is just horrible. Man.
Isn't that Ron Artest's moms? Why does he have his moms out here driving crazy?
I'm driving my mother. I'm actually her chauffeur.
Wow.
She doesn't drive, and she just, I go to the grocery store for her, and she sends me on errands and everything.
Yeah?
That's why she don't want to get a license.
You're a good son.
She's spoiled.
You're a good son. Did she ever ask you to get her a driver?
No, my mother's, she's not. Actually, she's not. She's the best out of all the family members and friends. My mother is the best.
Art, turn off the gay porn and go to RonArtest.com. Doggone you. How disrespectful can you believe that man-on-man love all the damn time?
Come on.
How you doing? Anyway, Ron, let's talk about the cars.
And RonArtest.com, the single comes right up. So you want to hear my single, you're hearing on RonArtest.com.
Oh, yeah, we don't have speakers, but everybody else does. Yeah. But, so talk about your cars.
All right, I have a 1997 Jeep Cherokee, which needs a wheel alignment. I have a 1999 Jeep Wrangler, which doesn't need a wheel alignment. It's running perfect. I have a 1995 S420 Benz. I have a 1997 SL 500 Benz. I have a 1998 740 IL BMW.
Come on, Ron, bring us into the millennium.
I'm not in the millennium, I'll tell you that.
There's nothing wrong with that, Ron. Ron, you've changed your number in the NBA a number of times. Ron Artest is in the studio with us. And now, this season, help me stay up to pace. What number will you be in this 2005-2006 season?
This season, I'm number 15, going back to high school and college.
That's your high school and college. Now, at one point, you were number 19, right? 91.
Well, what happened
That's
was,
Rodman.
Out of college, I was number 15. As a freshman in high school, I was 13 for Felipe Lopez, which everybody knows, basketball fans. I went to 15. College, I was 15. Chicago, I was 15. Got traded to Indiana, I was number 15. Then I said, hey, I want to be all my favorite Chicago Bull players.
Yes.
So for 2 years, I was number 23. I had enough of Michael Jordan.
Yes.
That's my man. Love him.
Yes.
And then I went to Dennis Rodman, number 91.
Yes.
And I got a chance to wear his jersey, his number for 9 games until the suspension.
Yeah.
Now I'm back to number 15.
Yeah. What made you go back to number 15?
Just taking it back to the essence. You know, it's my number. And actually, I thought my father was number 15. And it comes to find out years later, his number was 51.
Damn.
So
what was that?
Maybe in 2
college
years,
ball? High school ball?
In high school ball.
Yeah.
Number 51. He went to LIC in Queens.
Yeah.
So next year, or maybe the next year, you'll be seeing number 51.
All over again.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a big difference between growing up. So there's a big difference in growing up in New York City in Queensbridge and living life on the prairie in Indiana.
Yes.
I can only imagine. I mean, but you love it.
I like Indiana. You know, the public schools are just like private schools in New York City.
Okay.
And the private schools are just like, you know, it's just great out there. But, you know, my kids get a chance to, you know, I spend more time with my kids out there, do more things. You know, there's no traffic out there. You know, not as much traffic. Indiana is growing, though. And when I come in New York, I'm always in New York. So, you know, I'm running my basketball league in my community, doing a lot of other things. So it's always good to get back to Indiana and practice and just, you know, relax a little bit.
Yes. When you come to New York, do you own a place here or do you luxuriate in a hotel?
I'm in the hood.
Really?
Queensbridge and Astoria projects. Either or, you can find me in one of those projects.
And that's where you stay at night when the lights go out?
That's where I stay at night when the lights is out.
Very interesting. Well, we are in deep discussion with Ron Artest, everybody. Keep it where you've got it.
It's Wendy, man.
Hello?
What's going on, Remy? What happened with you and Gloria Velez?
Talking mad reckless to me. FYI, I never got robbed in my life. So you letting Gloria Velez rob me.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Platinum Realty family of companies, Nude Vision Media, and Yoni Watches present the sensational R&B Summer Show and After Party starring Carl Thomas. He's going to be at Club Amazura in Jamaica, Queens. 91-1244th Place, Saturday, August 13th. I'm Wendy Williams, and I'll be your host for the evening. It's 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B Classic Soul, the Wendy Williams Experience. Ron Artest in the building, and Little Mo coming up next hour. Oh, what a fabulous show. And don't forget that, you know, we're here until 7 o'clock, and then it's time for Vaughn Harper and the Quiet Storm. Well, you know, I'm going to be at Club Amazura in Queens on Saturday. You just heard the commercial. Carl Thomas is going to be performing. Showtime, they say, is 11 p.m., So caller number 11 on the telephones right now at 866-GET-WENDY will pick up a pair of passes for Carl Thomas at Club Amazura on Saturday night over in Queens. And all roads lead to Queens on Saturday night. Club Amazura is the place to be, and I will see you there. Now, Amazura is in Jamaica, Queens. I'm not sure of the exact address. I heard it in the commercial, but I wasn't. Art, do you know the street that Amazura is on or anything like that?
It's on the website.
Oh, go to the Wendy Williams Experience. Good, Art. Good. How you doing? Go to the WendyWilliamsExperience.com and find out all about Club Amazura on Saturday night, and then I'll see you there. And then don't forget, Sunday night, the place to be is the Bronx for the big Raising Kings and Queens Day at Rosedale Park. I'll see you out there. If you have CDs, books, or whatever, I'll be signing. But it's a whole big day. I mean, I'll be there like 4 o'clock, and I'm not going to be there the whole day. But the festivities actually start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they go until just before dark in the Bronx. Shout out to everybody in the Bronx. We're playing with you. But the festivities go until 8 p.m., okay? All right, so that's Sunday in the Bronx, in the park at Rosedale, and then Saturday night in Queens. It's going to be fun. And tonight, the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience at the Laugh Factory. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I'll see you. Hey, I want to invite Ron to the Laugh Factory. Yeah. Maybe he wants to come by tonight.
He would love that.
I think he would love some comedy.
There you go. We've had Carmelo Anthony there before.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Got a lot of people pop through tonight. Chris Spencer's going to be there.
Yes.
And Michael Blackston, the comedian.
Maybe he'll do his record there tonight.
Oh, maybe he'll perform.
Yes.
Although I told you I tried to get him to perform. How about if I do the break beat and he does a song? How about if we perform the song right here on the show, and I'll do the break beat, and he'll... Look how handsome he looks on his website. The two different sides of him. The side that we're getting right now is the side on the right, minus the suit jacket. Go to RonArtest.com. The side that I got this morning is the side on the left. Devastating. Hey, Miss Artest. So anyway, we're looking for that winner on the telephones right now. It's Wednesday, the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience at the Laugh Factory. Doors open up at 8 o'clock. Show starts at 9 o'clock. Always a lot of fun. Oh, and tonight we have a VIP section. We'll see how that goes because the place is always so packed. And so, come over and sit in my area. But you got to call the club and make your reservations. You got to reserve the VIP. So I don't know the telephone number of the Laugh Factory. What are you doing? What are you doing? You got to reserve at the VIP. So hopefully I'll see you tonight at the Laugh Factory. All right, let's continue with the break, and we're coming back with more of what you came here for: the music, the gossip, the celebrity interviews. It's the Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WBLS.
Brothers and sisters, taking it back, baby. Taking it back. Old school short shot. Yes, the rhythm's a rebel. 2, 3, play. A little play from back in the day. And me, it's Wendy, man. Wendy Williams. The Wendy Williams Experience.
This is exclusively on Wendy.
I was jamming to the music. All right, everybody. Ron Artest is in the building, and he's got his True Warrior production. From his True Warrior Records. This song is called Oh Yeah, starring Ron Artest, featuring V12 and Devlare. Ladies and gentlemen, oh yeah! Go Ronnie, go Ron.
I'm out of control. Your body I hold like the dough. I want some more. Show you right. Tonight's like this first. The flow is tight. Sandals with the toes out. Iced out thong strap. I smell you from 4 miles. You mind if I honk at that? All I can do is applaud. You look good, low maintenance. Wonder how you looking in the soul. Pink with the pink spinners, pink bandana, pink diamonds, pink summer, mink shining. She backed me up against the wall, started grinding.
Baby, do you like that?
You doing alright, ma? Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah.
Bring it back up. Get a little cocky with it, back that bitch up. Get a little cocky with it, back that bitch up. All I can say that night, after she said, and I said, yeah. She said, I sit on the table so I can eat you off the plate. This cocoa milkshake, you feel good, I burst. My Harlem leg shakes, my mojo works. Morning time, I think I have a smoke. Wake love, do it till the sunrise, yeah, oh. Body shaped like a dollar sign, nothing to have you. That's my horses in the club, it's drama, the saddle up. Hop back to Johnson, and beef promptly, then holler at mommy, smell like honey's up on the body. One night or 2-night stand, can we meet in the can? Cool sand, with Dutchie in hand. Light up the night, boo, let's get it right soon. Cash so large too, I have all the right to. She said, oh, and I said, yeah. She said, oh, and I said, that's the one for me. Yeah. She said, oh.
Oh, you know it. By the way, everybody, Dwight Gooden Jr., how many grams did I say he had? 16 grams? Yeah. Well, Kristen in Bridgeton says a gram equals a blunt. So 16 grams is 16 blunts.
Oh.
Where was Ron? Oh, Ron, you're just in time. Hey. By the way, Ron, I noticed that your son is wearing...
Kevin Garnett's jersey.
Huh?
Kevin Garnett.
No, I'm not talking about his jersey. I'm talking about his sneakers.
Oh, you mean Shaq's?
Shaq's from Target. I buy my son Shaq's from Target. I bet your mommy bought those for him, didn't he?
I buy them.
You do?
Yeah, I buy all my family members Shaq because they're $20.
Give me a high five. You're cheap like me, and you're not playing. You'll have money forever, Ron. How dare you be so wealthy and outfit your son in Shaq shoes? You know, a lot of the hood would look at that like, what?
They look good, though.
They do look good.
As long as you can wear some shoes with jeans, like the G-Units look good, the Pro Keds look good, Damon Dash shoes, Air Force Ones. As long as you can wear them with jeans,
young man,
they're good.
Young man. Young Ronnie Ron.
We're on the air, buddy.
You're interrupting. No, but you want to know what? My husband laughs at me when I come in the house with the Shaqs. Our son is going to be 4 in a few days. Your son is, he said he was 6, right?
6 years old.
Little Ronnie. And so they grow too fast. Yeah, Jordans are too expensive.
Yeah,
right?
I love Jordan. Jordan's my favorite player, but, you know, if I was about my whole family Jordans, that's at least like $2,000 or $3,000.
Exactly.
But I still love Jordan.
Yes, and so do I. It's just that Shaq is more affordable. All right, let's talk about what would happen if they tested the NBA for weed, because the NHL gets tested. Here, Nicole, you might want to take young Ron out of the studio, only because...
I'll see you later, buddy.
Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute, Ron. He looks just like you, too.
My clone.
Okay, so what would happen if they test the NBA with weed?
I mean, I think, you know, it's in the future. You know, right now it's in the future. So if there was, who knows? I don't know. I hope that a lot of people are clean.
Yes.
You know, and so we can keep this NBA going well.
Yes.
Have a smooth season.
Needless to say, you're clean.
Yes, I'm clean.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about homosexuality in the NBA. A lot of homosexuality going on?
Everybody in the NBA is straight. The NBA is a good league. There's no homosexuality going on in the NBA. And if it is, then you can call me back to the station. I'm banking on it.
How you doing?
I'm banking on it.
Oh, pass me the ball. Oh, you've been checked. How you doing? Well, all right. How much money did you make last year? Now, we talked about you made almost $100,000. Oh, excuse me, just under $1 million.
Yeah, just under.
Off your website, RonArtest.com, selling all kind of T-shirts and music and stuff.
They've been mainly like, you know, Ron Artest T-shirts, free Ron Artest shirts, Defender shirts, True Warrior record shirts, which I don't have no more because those are sold out.
Yeah.
Selling, you know, Laura CD was selling, my mixtapes were selling, and everything. So everything was selling.
Wow, that is incredible. So you made the most of your money last year off your website.
Yeah, most of it. You know, thank God that he was looking out for me. Luckily, I set all this up before the suspension. You know, God worked in mysterious ways, and you know things worked out for me.
Yeah. So you're getting ready to Art, please. You're making a lot of noise. The microphones are extremely sensitive. I'm sorry. Talking to Ron. Oh, Art. By the way, pertaining to you performing tonight at the Wendy Williams Comedy, I was going to say, are you going to? Do you want to perform?
If you want me to, I'll bring my True Warrior family and we'll perform. No problem at all. It's up to you. I got to do an ESPN thing, quite frankly, for Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, wow.
But, after that, you know.
I don't know. I mean, we'll be at the Comedy Club from like 9 to 11 o'clock. Can you slip it anytime?
You can slip it in, you know, as long as the mic is great. Just promise me that the mics sound good.
If the mic doesn't sound good, remember, I can give you the beat. Remember what we did earlier in the stairwell at Queensbridge?
Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall for heartbeats.
I would love that.
I got some of that in me.
Yes.
Do you sing? Because you said you rapped.
No, I don't sing.
You don't sing?
I can harmonize a little bit, you know, over the track, over the hook and everything. I can harmonize, but I'm not singing. Like the track you heard just now from me.
Yeah.
My friend V12, my artist V12 was singing. He could like hit high notes like Mariah Carey. I won't even think about it.
Ron, you are such a mild man. You are such a nice, seemingly even-tempered. It's almost scary to think that you were the same person, you know, giving beatdowns in the stands at an NBA game. What ticks you off in real life?
Nothing much, you know. I pretty much kind of probably try not to get too high, try not to get too low, you know.
Yeah.
And, but when you're playing that game, you know, you're so much just wanting to win. You're in survival mode the whole time you're playing. So it's just like, you know, back off.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm coming.
And you want to win.
Yep, that's it. That's all you're thinking is winning, and you're in survival mode. The thing that got me to the NBA, you pretty much saw that emotion, you know, that hungerness.
That's right.
That you see on November 19th. That's pretty much what that was. That was just emotion and hunger. You know, I had a lot of energy. Even though I didn't really show it when I got hit by Ben Wallace, I was calm, but at the same time, that game was so intense.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take a couple minutes to come down.
Well, like they say, though, still waters run deep.
Yeah.
So, you know. So, who gets things done around the house? Your wife?
My wife is Miss Superwoman. She does everything.
Yeah.
She changes the car flat tires.
Wow.
She puts together the kids' desk.
Yeah.
She does everything. Put together the dresses.
Yeah.
She's a handy woman. She's everything.
She doesn't call you unless she absolutely needs you. She's not one of those nagging wives.
She'll call me, but sometimes I lay in the bed. I'm lazy.
Yeah. Now, you have one child outside of your marriage.
Yes.
Does your baby's mother with that child, do they live in Indiana on the compound property?
No, they live out here comfortably. They live in New York City, and you know, they're doing excellent.
Okay, all right. How old is that child?
4 years old. He's a basketball player. He had a game on yesterday. On Tuesday, he had a game.
Did you go?
And I missed his game. Yeah, but you know, he got some Ron Artest genes in him, and he's playing good. He can dribble. He can shoot.
I'll bet.
You know, he did excellent in school. So
I'll bet.
that's great.
That's great. I mean, you do a lot for the kids. Ron has a very, very charitable heart. Now, you have something going on today.
Oh, yeah.
In your projects.
Yes, Ron Artest Basketball League, and it's actually in memory of my friend George Jefferson, who passed away. And so it's actually the George Jefferson, Ron Artest, and a guy named Bob Welsh. He's a great guy from the community. He's been in the community for almost 50 years, you know, helping people. So that's the tournament is named after us three, and it's 600 members.
Wow.
It's going great, and come today, Queensbridge. Don't be scared of the projects. I'll be there.
It's all good. The more I look at you, the more you seem like other than just black. Are you Indian, Asian, black, Jamaican, Blackfoot Indian? What is going on with your look?
Right.
And Ron, you got good hair.
Yeah, I'm the only one in the NBA that can just wear my hair nappy. Don't need a haircut.
Yeah.
It's going to curl right up, so, you know, I'm pretty.
Ron, I bet you, Art, I bet you would love that. Art longs for that texture right there. He's used the Supercharge by
braids?
Paul Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember some.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did have braids. Do you remember him with the gray patch in his hair?
No, I don't remember the
It's
gray
the
patch.
stress from the job.
Oh, man.
Yeah?
I had it since I was 16. I'm good.
Oh, he's got an attitude. Ron, thank you for coming in.
Thank you once again.
Good
like
luck
always.
good luck with your music and good luck with your game, and we'll
Thanks.
be watching.
Thanks a lot.
Be good.
Oh, yeah.
Wendy, man.
She says, I know that Tyrone doesn't care about me. She says, he looks at me like I'm just a piece of, and I look at him like he's just some.
The Wendy.
What's up, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh, giving big love and big respect to the Queen, Wendy Williams, as we go a little something like this. Hit it! Put it on 'em, Wendy.
I listen to every word. Hey, where's Little Mo? I walked into the office, and it's the Wendy Williams experience, everybody. I thought Ron Artest was really good. We were out in the hall taking pictures and stuff like that. And then I walked into the office, and, I hate to see my guests before they actually come in. And I'm like, thinking to myself, who are all these Negroes up in the office? And then I forgot, oh my God, Little Mo's here. I look on the couch and I see the girl on the BlackBerry, and that was Little Mo. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you until you come in the studio. And I ran out rudely. Before, I didn't say hi or anything. I don't think she understood what I was doing. I'm so quirky with how I like this radio program to be run. I'm not as quirky about things in my regular life as I am about the show. And here she comes up the hall by herself. She's not even being escorted by interns. Oh, okay. There's Lisa. All right. Hi, Mo. Here's the thing. I have this quirky thing about... Good to see you, honey. Here, come have a seat. Right. I'm really quirky about seeing people and having conversation with them before the show.
Well, sort of like a wedding day?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
And so when I walked in the office and I saw you in there, I first I was like, who are these Negroes in here? I forgot. And I thought Artest was still around, but I didn't remember, all this different... Anyway, and then I saw you sitting on the couch. That's why I ran, because I was like, no. No. I like it. Okay, Little Mo is in full braided regalia. Yeah. She's wearing a green, like sweat jacket, but not a sweat jacket. And she's got a green wife beater-esque T-shirt on. So she's got on green flip-flops, and she's got on jeans. Are those any of those high-end jeans?
I got these from West Hill. That's my favorite store. These are the only jeans that fit me.
West Hill?
No, Wet Seal.
Wet Seal.
Between Citizens of Humanity and these jeans, these are the only ones that fit me because of my height.
Now, are those expensive? Like over $100?
Well, they're like $28, and I'm a frequent buyer, so the manager gives me like 10%.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Forever 21?
Yeah.
These are Forever 21 that I'm wearing.
Those, I don't know who be making them, but they off the hook.
I love Forever 21.
Yeah, and I got the hook on one of my dancers worked there, so she hooked me up.
See.
Yeah.
I mean, people think that, I was talking with Ron Artest a few moments ago, Little Mo. Okay. Little Ronnie Artest had on Shaq shoes, Shaq sneakers. Now, I recognize that because I got a 5. He's about to be 5 next week.
Okay.
I buy him Shaq from Target. The kids' feet grow fast.
Yeah, they do. My daughter, she's about to be 3 on the 19th. And she's already like in a 9.
Yeah.
I'm like, she getting.
So do you buy her stuff from Target, Forever 21?
I love Target. And I love Target is my number one spot. But there's a spot in Atlanta. It's called I forgot the name of the shoe store, but they send me a box up, then I get to pick out what I want.
Yeah.
And it's like once in a blue moon. But my hookup there, he's gone. I love hookups.
Yeah.
Sure, that's one of the incentives of being an artist.
Yeah.
I love Target and just like anything that's comfortable on her foot because she likes to, and Gymboree.
And comfortable to your wallet. Let's face facts.
Yeah, that's true because their feet grow every week.
Not only that, but that, you're in a business where, the money comes fast and when it stops, the friends stop calling, the money stops coming in, and you got to figure out what to do.
Yeah, that's true. But I got good parents, so my dad's a preacher, so we good.
Oh, okay. So you grew up the daughter of a preacher.
Yeah, and he's ex-military, so my mother's a school teacher, so it's like
all them rules, Art.
But I'm hood. I got 23 tattoos. I wasn't one of them strict. My dad's not a strict. He's actually a hip hop preacher. Last week he preached. He said, "I'm sitting on 4:4." It's Matthew 4:4. That's It's like he preaches hip hop. He preaches "Get Your Shine On." He's like for the younger generation. Our church is called the Young Church. That's why we have like a young audience. And he reaches. He preached "Them Boys," which is my single, and he said he wants to be like them boys, like talking about Peter, Paul, Abraham, Ezekiel. So he just flips it to keep your attention. He said because not only will you remember the song, but you remember the message.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I saw last night on "Are You the Girl?" The teacher was rhyming. That's a terrible show, by the way. and T-Boz so doesn't want to be there. T-Boz, your body language is crazy. I wish you'd get with the program and be more happy to be there and be more happy for your contestants. But there was a teacher teaching to her 3rd grade class. It's your birthday, and then she went into her lesson with it. But it was cute. Anyway, let's talk about these 23 tattoos.
Yeah,
because there is no mistaking that Little Mo, you're like a hood princess.
Yeah.
Shout out to Deemi over in Brooklyn. She's the hood princess, and she's royalty.
Okay.
But Deemi, before you, there was Little Mo.
Yeah.
And then Fantasia came along and wrecked things for you.
Oh. No, not really. That's my homegirl.
Have you ever been compared to Fantasia? Like, damn, what's going to happen with Little Mo now that Fantasia?
When I first... Well, I watched American Idol the year she was on it, so I voted for her. But what I like about her is because she can really sing, so I don't mind.
Can.
But I write my own songs, so you know what I'm saying. I wanted to send her some stuff. I think I was pregnant at the time, but I mean that's my homegirl. Like we talk on the phone. We was like our daughter's birthdays are really
really?
So it ain't no. hate between me and her. Now everybody else, holla, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? She people's right there.
Yeah. So you're cool with Fantasia, and you're still cool with Missy.
Yeah, Missy, Faith Evans.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I like Mike Jones.
Yeah.
I hang with a lot of dudes.
Yeah. What does your husband say about that? You still married?
I have 2 kids. Just put it like that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I have 2 beautiful daughters.
But you're still wearing your ring.
No, my jeweler made this debut. His name is Braham.
But it's fitting on your wedding finger.
Actually,
it's
no,
beautiful
it really goes
stones,
on this one,
pink and yellow, but you're deceiving the public. Oh, you changed it for me?
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. Come on. You just gave it away, so you're not married anymore. Are you officially divorced?
No.
You were married?
No, I really was married.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I really am married. It's just we chilling right now.
Oh, it's a little separation. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens.
You just gotta, you know.
How long have you been separated?
Since January.
So when's the last time you had sex?
Oh! I can't say because the lawyers might be listening.
Oh, she got the lawyers. It's about to be an Eddie Murphy, Nicole Murphy thing.
No, it's not serious like that because it's still at the point. It's like, well, are we going to work it out or what are we going to do?
Little Mo's body language has already changed. She has her look at her arms. Do you see her arms folded, legs
it's
crossed?
cold in here. I'm anemic. I'm like, y'all not cold?
Me too. I just had everything turned down though because the VH1 was here. Back to you.
Okay.
So how long have you been married?
On the 29th of this month, it would have been 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
why you say,
And how old are the 2 children?
I have a 5-month-old and I have a soon-to-be 3-month-old. 3-year-old, excuse me.
Now, refresh us with their names.
Heaven is the 3-year-old.
Heaven what? Tell the middle name.
Heaven Love on Stone. Because my maiden name is Lovin'. So
you don't have to explain.
The new baby is Goddess Love.
Oh! Little Mo?
Yeah?
You need to get out of the studio right now and get in there and make some platinum hits.
You know
so your babies never have to work a job.
Trust me, my babies ain't got to work. I'm good. Trust me.
Good.
Trust me. I'm good.
What'd your mother say when you came with those? Well, that's right. You just said you have one of those middle names though. What's your middle name?
My real name is Cynthia Karen Lovin'.
Cynthia Karen Lovin'.
Yeah, and Junior because me and my mother have the same name.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see.
Yeah. So, it's hood as I am, I have a real suburban name.
You have a real family foundation.
Yeah.
And you obviously believe in family. Mm-hmm. You got married 4 years ago. Yeah. How did you meet your husband?
At a gas station up the street. We found out we lived close to each other. He was chilling. I had a show to do. He took me out DC. It was like surreal.
Ghetto.
Yeah.
I love that though, Mo.
It was like love at first sight, but you just gotta. It's just a lot of compromisation in marriage.
Yes.
And a lot of people.
New word.
Yeah.
I'll
make up a word.
And we do it here too.
I'm the Don King of words, baby. I'll make up a word in a minute.
Okay.
Because the hood know what I mean.
So now, he works with you?
Yeah. He's my co-manager.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And now things are, so now you're in a trial separation you got lawyers, so apparently it's going, I understand.
Because, it's like that period. See, in Maryland is different. It's called no fault.
Okay.
Maryland's a state that you can still get back together and just rip up the papers. It's totally up to you, but we're still friends. We still have kids together. We still chill together. We still work together.
Is he who you had sex with last?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, you said the lawyers are listening, so I'm figuring,
Yeah, but I just can't tell the last time. Because then they make you start from scratch.
Oh, I see. Oh, so you're cheating with your husband on the system.
No, you try to get me in trouble, yo. Because this is the first time I'm telling people. A lot of my friends are going to be surprised. Because they be like, no, Miss Mo. And I'll be like, yes. So it's like, really, this is...
What's your favorite show on TV? Being Bobby Brown?
I don't even
watch. Oh, you gotta watch it.
I never watched it. My favorite show is like I watch the old shows like Martin.
Okay, yeah,
Steve Harvey, stuff that really makes you laugh. That other stuff, I'm like, you want a reality show? Come to my house.
Yeah,
that's reality.
So now it's you and your kids living in the house.
Yeah.
Does your mom help out with the kids? For instance, Miss Lovin. I call your mother Miss Lovin, right?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Or Evangelist Lovin. She's a preacher too.
Evangelist Lovin.
Yeah.
Something doesn't sound right about that.
Yeah. First Lady Lovin'.
And your name is Mo Lovin'.
Yeah.
Damn. Was that Pastor Lovin'? Rev Lovin'?
My dad is Pastor Elder Jacob D. Lovin'.
D. Lovin'.
Yes.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
On a Friday night after midnight, that's what they call me. D. Lovin'.
Hey.
All right, so Mo, let's talk about the music. Damn, you're entertaining.
Ding. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So you got your own radio show. You do a little syndicated. Do you still do that?
No, I actually like back home whenever I'm just chilling, like I'll fill in for like Russ Parr. Yeah. I'll do morning shows and stuff like that. But other than that, my show hasn't been on for like 3 years because I left when I had my daughter. So
right.
I was like,
what's her name again?
Heaven.
Heaven Lovin'.
Heaven Stone.
Heaven Stone Lovin'.
Yeah. No, Heaven Stone.
Heaven Stone.
Lovin' Stone. Lovin' is a middle name.
Heaven Lovin' Stone.
Yeah.
Get to the toe.
Yes. And she's hood, but she's so pretty.
She's hood at 2 months?
Yeah, because she be like, get your shine.
Oh, what?
Y'all are so crazy. Y'all are so crazy.
So you have a CD that comes out next month?
Yes.
And did you write the majority of songs on it yourself?
All of them.
That's
I always
great.
write all my songs. That's how honestly,
That's how
as
you
an
stay
artist,
getting
that's how you survive. Yeah, so I mean, I wrote all the songs. I'm on Cash Money Universal now too, so it's a totally different situation going on.
And you're going to be at show tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Are you going to be performing?
Yeah, I'm going to be performing. It's just like a little, let everybody know the godmother hip hop and R&B is in the.
Okay, that's what your name is.
Yeah,
the Godmama.
Yeah, because I done birthed a lot of these youngins.
Yeah. When's the last time you were in a fist fight, Mo?
I never had a fight in my life.
What?
Everybody, I just always had people that I call boys, but I don't fight girls because I'm like, that's whack. Because, like, I just.
You just rather fight boys.
Yeah.
When's the last time you fought a boy? Back in January when you threw him out and called the cops?
Oh! No, I didn't call the cops. I don't like all that stuff around me. That's
what?
Because I have kids. I believe it. I keep a lot of things away from them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because my daughter, she's a sponge, and she she talks real well, and she's snitching now.
Yeah, okay.
Mommy, she be telling, so.
So you're at show tonight, and you're on the Seagram's tour.
Yeah, that starts September 16th.
And now what's the single for, by the way, you all, if you want to know more about, how fast can you get this information for the Seagram's tour? Because we love Seagram's here on the show. So let's put this information on our website and make sure to put the little Mo D Lovin'. D Lovin' Heaven. Stone.
God is love.
Do you know the chief?
Who? No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
I know that chief up there. Like, I don't curse, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I stopped, like, honestly, 2 weeks ago, but I had
2 weeks?
Oh,
damn. You couldn't even pass a test.
Yes, I can.
Thank you, little Mo. Go to the website and find out where she's touring. Her CD will be out in September.
Yeah.
It's the Godmama, little Mo.
Hip hop and R&B, yep.
Wendy, man.
You had a caller call in once and ask, how do you not get crack lip when you chiefing?
Yes.
Tell them to roll a filter up in their stuff and they'll be all right.
Thank you.
You welcome.
I mean, they thank you.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Mr. Engineer, please, some music. Would you give us a record, por favor?
I don't really need you.
Said I got raped in jail. Picture that. Revenge is a payback. You get Wendy Williams and I'm breaking back on the neck down your throat. Anybody ever see Wendy Williams' fat ass? I'm about to put a $20,000 hit through Jenny Craig to come find your ass and put you in a fat farm. Thug like Outlaw West Side. This is Tupac, so you know who said it.
Experience.
Oh, man. It is time to go. We had the best time together today, didn't we? Thank you to Ron Artest. Ron, for coming in, spreading the love, and keeping it real. And thank you to the godmother of hip-hop and R&B, Little Mo, for spreading the love and keeping it oh so real. Thank you, Little Mo. Very entertaining, both of you. And shout out to the VH1 family. Let's see if we can get that show turned around before the turn of the century. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Phil's new deal is $75 million. Oh, my God. I just told you he re-signed through 2008, I believe, or for the next 5 years. That would be more fair. All right, so here's the breakdown of top 10 TV talk earners. Oprah with her $225 million. Dave Letterman started in 1981, $40 million. Howard Stern, as of 2006, with his satellite radio thing. They're $31 million. Why did I think that was $51 million? It's $31 million. Jay Leno rolls through 2009, and he's got $30 million. Rush Limbaugh on the talk radio, $30 million. That old crow Paul Harvey, he's been around since 1951, $30 million. Judge Judy, $28 million. Reach, $20 million. John Madden, $17 million. And Ellen DeGeneres, $15 million. Tyra Banks, stop looking and wringing your hands. You'll be lucky if you last a season. I've seen the commercials. I'm totally not buying, the pity party and the I'm like you type thing. I am totally not. Girls, have you seen? Yeah. Bianca, have you seen? Asia, have you seen?
I saw it.
I'm going to give it a chance, but I'm already going in based on the commercials saying, stick to modeling, and do that. Anyway, oh my gosh. Okay, so this just in. Across the pond in England, the news of Eddie Murphy's divorce is making its rounds. The buzz in England is that Nicole Mitchell Murphy is British. I've never seen her talk. I couldn't imagine what her voice sounds like. Does it sound like this?
Or does it sound like this? Eddie, time for dinner. How you doing? Talk. Eddie, he likes it. Wow. Get me out of here before I say something too much. I'm out.
Well, she began living in America in 1991, and she hasn't worked as a model since she married Eddie back in 1993. Nicole is longtime fabulous friends with the fabulous singer Sade. Yes. And here's what Sade says. I rang Nicole up to offer my support, and she said that she was ready to come home. She was tired of Los Angeles and was hoping to get custody of the children and raise them in England because the education system is better. And here's what she also goes on to say. It's always sad, but parents should never stay together for the sake of the kids. I'm happy for Nicole because I know she's been unhappy. She was so busy raising children that she had no time for her own career aspirations.
Too late now.
Well, when the divorce is finalized, Sade is saying that she does plan on returning to England and resuming their friendship. Shut up. Stop looking at me like that. You're always thinking something. That's you. And oh my gosh, can we just bury the man and move on? There are some entrepreneurs already looking to make a few bucks off Peter Jennings. Just hours after the announcement of his death, more than 100 Peter Jennings memorabilia items appeared on eBay. Unusual photos. What kind of photos, honey? How you doing? Unusual photos. That's what Jeanette Wall, my gossip buddy, that's how she has it written up in her column. Unusual photos. Books, Peter Jennings bumper stickers, giving the date of birth, the death, along with the words orator, educator, journalist. Candles, tribute ribbons, magnets, decals. It's all there on eBay.
Was he Elvis?
Art, if you ever.
Was he Elvis or somebody? If I ever was. Buy that?
If you ever say I get big.
You know you are big. You mean bigger?
What are you trying to say? I lost 15 pounds on LA weight loss.
Easy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, wow.
I will have a Wendy museum.
On eBay. And finally, you'll be selling those stories to the National Enquirer. Yo, shout out to Philly. Don't forget tomorrow night. It's popping at Transit Nightclub. I'm hosting the party. And our girl Keisha Cole will be in there doing the do. So all roads lead to Philly tomorrow night, Thursday night, Transit Nightclub. It's the place to be. So, gosh, there's Akon, everybody. He was born in Atlanta. And here's what he says about the anger management tour. That he's not enjoying the same luxuries as Eminem and them. He says, I don't have the budget that M has. There will be no Cristal champagne for me, just Pepsi and water. Of course. Hey, beats being locked up.
Ooh.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's better than bread and water in a cot. At what point in history were they served bread and water in jail? Or was that only a skit for the Little Rascals? Bread and water. Yeah. Damn. Shout out to everybody on lockdown. So Snoop has resolved that matter. That rape case, remember? Supposedly backstage, the makeup artist was drugged or plied with alcohol by Snoop and his people, and then everybody had their way with her. Well, Jimmy Kimmel has since done away with that party backstage, because as you know, I've been on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and if you don't know, that was before I was syndicated. But I was on the Jimmy Kimmel show when my first book came out, and there was a whole party going on backstage. My best friend from high school, Regina, she and her husband Nick live out in LA, and I invited him to the party because you're allowed to do that. A full bar setup, shrimp like this, pool tables, arcade games, lots of liquor, girls with plunging necklines, the whole bit. There's a whole party going on. And when they finally call your name, ladies and gentlemen, Wendy Williams, and when you come down those steps, you're literally you're telling somebody, hold my drink.
Wow.
Yes. And nobody's telling you, be easy. You're about to, fortunately, I got the skinny already. And so, I wasn't all hopped up when I got out there and everything. But did you notice when Bobby Brown was on the Jimmy Kimmel show that he sat in a very sedate green room with a son that he had a weird relationship with? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was no party going on. There were no girls with breast out. Oh, it's time to go. I'm looking at the clock. Is it time to go?
No, you have a few more seconds.
Yeah, well, that means it's time to go.
All right.
Look, everybody, I love you for listening today. Make sure that you're here tomorrow. I believe we have a fabulous guest coming through, but I hate previewing because just in case people pull out at the last minute, you know what I mean? So tell a friend to tell a friend. We are the little engine that could, and we're doing it. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. I love you for listening today. Take care. Bye-bye.
These party people. See you later.
I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night.
Program complete.
Listen, between me and you, all these damn guests today, I am left with a stack of information to share with you. So hang on to your hair because it's going to be a bumpy ride. The bonus hour is next of the Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WVLS.
What's up? This is Tierra Marie. How you doing?
What's up, man? I was at this man, what was you doing, man? What's up with that? Man, I was doing the Hey, yo.
This far, we're gonna throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour gonna last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out. It's Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS.
Hey, you. Thanks for sticking around. I know you've been listening all day. All in the morning, all the Eddie Love, all through the show. You'll be here when champagne comes in. I love you for listening today. Thank you. Wendy, I heard you talking on your show a few days ago about devious things that you can do when you want to get back at an ex once the relationship is over. Well, here's an idea I got via email a long time ago, and I just wanted you to have it. Picture it. Boy meets girl. Boy cheats on girl. Boy dumps girl. Girl gets mad. Girl gets even. Girl has an I'm glad he's gone party and serves shrimp, crab, and lobster. Girl takes the shells from the shrimp, crab, and lobster, makes nice with boy just for a moment to put the shells in the curtain rods and valances. Valance? Honey, he didn't want you to begin with if he had valances. I mean, curtains are one thing. Blinds are a whole masculine thing. But valance, how you doing? Valence is a boy's room. Boy's house smells like spoiled seafood and rotten cat trap for months, and he can't figure out where it happened. Girl sits back and enjoys having the last laugh. Yeah, that is good. Top off the planting all them shells up there with letting go of a box of roaches in the house. I love that idea. I love that. I love that because once he figures out the smell, he can get rid of those. Those roaches, they're there forever. Forever. So Kimora Simmons, everybody, has agreed to serve 6 months of probation for allegedly driving erratically. Remember that all went down in the lovely town of Saddle River, New Jersey, near their house. Actually, she led the cops on a low-speed chase right to the driveway of the chateau. I guess she couldn't press the security gate fast enough and it didn't open. The cops nabbed her. Or maybe the guard was sleeping or something. Anyway, this is what the assistant prosecutor says in Bergen County, New Jersey. This is certainly an aberration, a one-time mistake of judgment. It's precisely the circumstance that pretrial intervention was created for. And her lawyer says it's an unfortunate situation. And she says, damn, no chief for 6 months. Remember she was caught, she had the weed in the car? Oh, wait, whoa. This is for driving erratically. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there weed in the car in the original story? Mm-hmm. Oh, money. Mm-hmm. All right. That was the Asian part of her that got off, by the way. Because that was Little Mo. Honey child, please. And she's got Heaven Stone loving in the back seat. You know, Little Mo and her little black babies. Love you, Mo. I can't wait for the Laugh Factory tonight. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be a lot of action going on. Art is planning something. I have no idea what. He's got special music that he's been having Hollywood check on. I see him over there practicing in his head. I walked in the middle of him. I think you were practicing your routine, but I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. You don't have to answer. Art opens up the whole show by saying, welcome, everybody. He does 3 minutes of comedy, but he's not really a comedian. He's just a guy up there.
He's having fun.
Having fun. That's what comedy is, though, I think. And then he introduces me, and then I go up on stage, and I, thank you all for being here and stuff like that. I don't have a routine. I feel like my routine is 5 hours a day. So, by the time I get to the Laugh Factory on Wednesdays, what more is there to say except, ladies and gentlemen, have something to drink. Don't forget to tip your waitresses. Exactly. And ladies and gentlemen, Capone. And then Capone gets up there, forget about it. He sets the place on fire.
Just told him. Thank you.
I hate when you get like that. Who are you talking to like that?
Around Artest limo driver, somebody looking for him. He probably took the subway or something.
Well, he's so real, he might have.
That's what I'm saying. He's a limo driver.
There's a Kmart up the street. He might be picking up some stuff.
Oh.
He's real. His kid wears Shaquille O'Neal sneakers. I know because my kid, when mommy's doing the buying, that's Shaquille O'Neal sneakers. When daddy does the buying, it's, Jordans. And for dress-up occasions, it's Prada shoes. You see what I'm saying? And I'll be damned. But okay. And even though he was a hard-won baby, I'll be damned. That's not me. Artest. His son walks in, and I'm thinking that's Mrs. Artest, because, a lot of times it's the women, we're the ones pinching pennies. And then the men spoil the kids to death, bringing them home stuff that's not, what? It's not on sale? What? Like that. So, but no, that's Ron that does it. Ron buys the kid sneakers at Target. He has a 6-year-old son. He was in here earlier. I got this letter from this woman who says, Wendy, look, I'm a single mother of a 9-year-old. I don't make a lot of money, but you couldn't tell. People think that I shop at Bloomie's and places like that. But I guess what I don't pay. But guess what? I don't. I pay less. I go to Target. I go to Forever 21 of those little cheapy stores on 181st Street. Mother knows how to hook stuff up, and my son is a trendsetter, and I wouldn't dare spend over $20 for some jeans for him. And he wears Shaq sneakers from Target. Don't sleep on them. They look just like Uptowns, and they're Shaq. Exactly. And he strikes his pose a little bit low budget, but he strikes the low budget Jordan pose. You know, legs all akimbo and them big arms up in the sky.
Yeah.
I figure I have maybe 2 more years of that before my son gets hip to it. You know? Yeah. He turns 5 next week. You know what I mean? And I'm not going into the Ralph Lauren store to buy him a polo shirt when I can go to Burlington Coat Factory and get the polo shirts. It's ridiculous. Kids cost so much. The camp, school, college, teeth, braces, everything. Toys. Forget about it. And always asking for something they are. Poor Vern Troy. It's bad enough that he's only 2 feet 8 inches tall. And that's not the exaggeration, that's the real deal. He's been replaced by a 6'1" man. Well, the story goes like this. He's 2 feet 8 inches tall, and he's devastated because he just learned that his tall, beautiful ex-wife has found love in the arms of a rugged 6'1" biker businessman named Paul Kellman. We remember him from Surreal Life. We remember him as Mini-Me from Austin Powers. Well, Troy, really.
You gotta find somebody else. He's a star.
Ow, 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 ow. Oh, my gosh. And those crazy kids, they're still in love, Tom and Pammy. Oh, they love each other. He's hell-bent on remarrying that ex-wife of his, and he believes that they are still in love. You know what? Stop trying to make people watch your reality show. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think it's come and gone. Has it come and gone?
Yes.
Wasn't it supposed to be on about him going back to college or something? Like, I have no interest in that. I guess I have no interest in it because I went to school with a bunch of Tommy Lees. So, therefore, I know that reality. I'm still trying to escape it. I mean, maybe you'll be interested in it. You got... No, don't. No. Don't cry for me. But this is what Tommy says. Play it for him. We're crazy in love. We're going to take things slow and see where they go. Our sons miss Pam and me together. When we're together, they're so happy. At the end of the day, that's truly what my heart wants. I want us all together. Shut up. I didn't even explain to everybody else before they left the show for the day about the rest of Snoop. I just said he settled the case, but here's more to the story. And then I have to tell you about this thing circulating on the internet about how a bloody hypodermic needle is laying to stick you full of HIV. Ooh. Yeah, hold on. So Snoop resolved the matter amicably with this makeup artist. Apparently, the woman's attorney filed the request on August 3rd to dismiss the suit with prejudice, which means that it can't be refiled. The woman who was doing Snoop's makeup before Jimmy Kimmel, you know, before his appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, well, she's claiming that, and I did this story when it originally surfaced, she was claiming that she was drugged when someone spiked her champagne. No criminal charges were ever brought up against Snoop. Snoop sued the makeup artist back in December, 1 month before she filed the suit against him. I guess, you know, the buzz was on the street. Snoop, you about to get sued. And the rapper stated that the accuser had been attempting to extort him already for $5 million in exchange for his silence. Good one, Snoop. So you got off because you didn't do anything. Dear Wendy, you look amazing in the new Source magazine. Next time, show more booty. How you doing? Ain't nothing wrong with a big, strong girl. And finally, please no more talk about that no good splaboo #1 jackass Puffy. Oh, the splaboo tried to end your career, and you talk about him like he gave you some type of love. So what? He came to your pink carpet party at Quo. And don't go to the VMAs to support his events. Don't go to his parties. You should have him lick your bloody cat trap. Oh, God. Take that. Look, there's a take that next to it. Yeah. And tell him to go where? Back there. Wendy, you don't need Puffy. Oh, look, me and Puffy are trying. I'm trying to lure him to the show. I want to give you a good show. So he came to my party, and that's great. And I'm going to the VMA. I'm not going to actual VMAs. I don't have time for all that kind of, I enjoy my life in my own way. But, going to the, because, you listen to me tell a story, you'd probably be like, well, Wendy, you have to take time out to rest and relax. How do you fit all this stuff in and all like that? I do. I have a good time in life. I manage to luxuriate and get my rest. But my idea of a good time is not sitting, with all them at the VMAs. I'm going down there strictly for business. The business is he came to my party, and he did that for business. And so my business is to fly down to Miami and to go to 1 or 2 Puffy parties. I'm wearing a Steve Lindsay original. My hair makeup person, he also makes beautiful outfits. As a matter of fact, the night of the pink carpet party, I was wearing a Steve Lindsay original. But anyway, I'm going to wear Steve Lindsay original. And as soon as Nicole tells me what the color marcations are, Steve is back from Canada. He's been gone for like 5 weeks. He left the day after the pink carpet party. He bought all these swatches back, and he's just waiting to put the needle to the material as soon as Nicole says that it's a white party. God, I got to get my Spanx together. Because, when you wear white, you got to smooth out all this pucculation on your thighs and stuff. I'm not a white wearer just because of that. Thank God for Spanx. Oprah talks about them, but they've been selling them on QVC for years. Now I'm going to the party, and he's gonna come up here when his CD comes out. Now, if his CD comes out and he doesn't come up here, that's when it's officially over. That is when we're at the point of no return. Because that. First of all, he's reneged and he rejudged. No, I didn't say I was going to come out until my CD comes out. That's not what he said. But okay, I'll take that. But if that CD comes out, I want first. I want dibs. We want in. Yeah. And not just for the hour of truth. We want a full day. We'll get the caterer here, get some champagne going. We'll set up an area where he can use his BlackBerry while the music's playing. If the music plays at all, I'll call all the affiliates and say, let's stop the music for a moment. No, let's stop. Because there's too much going on between us and also too much going on between him and everybody out there. It's really not about us. It's about, out there,
Putting on a good show.
No, not putting on a good show. Getting to the bottom of stuff. Hell, I haven't talked to him publicly since City College. The eve of City College, he came to my show when I was doing the top 8 at 8 at KISS. Him, Heavy D, that's the last time I think I had conversation with Puff. Oh, no, I didn't. I think that same year he had a New Year's Eve party, and I went to it. That was like my first New Year's Eve that I was with my husband. But we were boyfriend-girlfriend. That was very cool. I got an invitation to Puffy's party, new boyfriend. You want to go? Wow. And some girl hit on both of us and wanted to come back to the hotel with us. Oh. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that clearly.
How was it?
Fabulous.
Oh.
No, do you want to know what? It was up when they were with he and Misa, as a matter of fact. I think they were living in Westchester. I remember it was New Year's Eve, so we got a hotel room. And I remember going up to Westchester, and I remember I don't remember dancing or, what I remember? Just like being into him to make sure that he wasn't in it for the scene. You understand? Because everything was new with us. So I wasn't really into, and I remember Ed Lover, people were there and there were artists there and stuff like that. But what I mostly remember is that was my first New Year's Eve with my first boyfriend, with my new boyfriend. And
observing him.
Yeah, observing him. And he was observing me. And so we were cool. And it's been that way ever since. Now, Thank God I don't. Do you pump your own gas? See, that's why I love living in Jersey. Yes, you see what I'm saying? Asia's here, and she represents Newark. What part of Newark do you live in? Shout out to your people, Asia. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you. Actually, the Forest Hill section.
Okay.
Yeah, over there, close to Bloomfield and.
Do you ever see the Wendy Williams Brings the Heat Volume 1 van?
Yeah, I see it. It goes down by Carmela Court.
Yeah.
I see that.
Shout out to Seven. Seven is on it, boy. He's part of my street team. My CD's still in stores, So anyway, in Jersey we don't pump our own gas. Here in New York, when I get ready to run out of gas, I either ask Art, can you please, before the show, can you, take I came in on fumes, didn't mean to do it. Can you take my car down? Or I ask the guys in the garage, if they, take the car over and fill it up. I just never learned how to pump gas. And I really don't like it when I see people like Pam Anderson and Halle Berry pumping gas all the time. You see them in the choir store. They're pumping their gas, and it's very empowering. Like, I look at them, I'm like, damn, I need to know how to do that. They look like they just got a handle on life. They're standing 1 foot propped up on the sidewalk of the pump. You know what I'm saying? They look like, what?
Yes.
It's not so much sexy as it is empowering. Like they can look red carpet beautiful and they can pump gas. How you doing?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're self-sufficient.
Yes.
I bet you they can change a tire too, because to me, it just is up a thing in my mind. If you can pump gas, you can change a tire. If you can pump gas, you probably know how to change your own oil. If you can pump gas, I bet you can put the spark plugs in and jump start one of your cars to the other one and go on about your business. If you can pump gas, you probably know how to mow the lawn. Like, gas is the key to empowerment in my mind. I don't pump gas. For some reason, I just won't do it. I don't, and I won't. And I say all that to say this. My name is Captain Abraham Sands from the Jacksonville, Florida Police Department. I've been asked by the state, give me a this just in, this is important. I've been asked by the state and local authorities to write this email in order to get the word out about car drivers of a very dangerous prank that is occurring in numerous states. Some person or persons have been affixing hypodermic needles to the underside of gas pump handles. These needles appear to be infected with the HIV-positive blood. In Jacksonville alone, there have been 17 cases of people being stuck with these needles over the past 5 months. We have verified reports of at least 12 other in various states around the country. It is believed that these may be copycat incidents due to someone reading about this crime as it's been reported on TV. At this point, no one's been arrested, and catching the perpetrator or perpetrators has become our top priority. Shockingly, of the 17 people who were stuck, 8 have tested positive for HIV. And because of the nature of the disease, the others could test positive in a couple of years. So that's that. Now, aren't you glad you don't pump gas?
Yeah.
Kanye West is alleged to have made this comment. I'm the closest that hip-hop is getting to God. In some situations, I'm like the ghetto pope. Oh my gosh. What is more shocking, that or Terrence Howard wanting to be a rapper?
In real life?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he's carried away. Leave it in the movies. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I saw 50 Cent's book signing last night on the Brenda Blackman show with Harry. Mike Woods, thank God you were in Brooklyn this morning, by the way. You look so much better. It was just a much better look than you being in Rivervale, New Jersey. 50 Cent has this new book out, From Pieces to Weight. And he admits, I struggled to remember much of my childhood. We did a lot of talking on tapes, and then they had to write the book in sequence. I had a great journalist named Chris X. That's how you do it. You talk on tape. My girl Karen comes over. She's got a whole brown bag of batteries. And she sets go, and I talk. Jamie Foxx is thrilled about the rumors of he and Oprah getting it on, but here's what he says. I wouldn't be mad at that. Not only is she attractive to look at, she's got different gears. I believe God is Oprah. We get to heaven, get behind the pearly gates, and there she is. And we'll be like, you fooled us. In the meantime, Tony Braxton, God, I forgot to tell everybody this before they left for the day. I teased at the top of the show I was going to talk about Tony. I'll save that for them tomorrow. You all act like you never heard it, okay? Shh. Tony Braxton, everybody, she talked about this when she was here before. Well, it's true. She's getting set to star in a sitcom based on her life. And here's what she says. We're going to wait on that sitcom until after the album, probably next year. That's what she says. She says, I don't want to play a singer because I want people to see me as an actress. I'm the kind of person whose brain has to be active, involved in learning, and acting does that for me. It's creative, new, and titillates my brain. Is Gabrielle Smith in jail yet? Mike Kaiser's ex-fiance. You know, when ding dong, how you doing? From yesterday. Is she in jail yet? And is she in the cell next to that man, the black man downtown Wall Street who stole $7 million from all those people? I mean, man, you all, it's like been in a 7-day period and they got 2 black money manager / money investors for black people with extra money to invest and spend. She's going down. No new word on the Lloyd Banks and Young Buck arrest, by the way. Here's a herpes Hollywood blind item. It's not really that I spent a lot of time trying to guess this because I got lost in the... all the sentences started to run on at one point with me as I was reading this. But it's mainly just to serve as the warning flare that, you know, we must watch ourselves out here. It's real. And use your condoms and watch that facial herpes. Do you know you can get herpes on your face? Ooh. Okay, shout out to Elisa Payne. Elisa, we must get the doctor in here to explain that. Yes, you can. You can get herpes on your face. It's not only about the mouth. It's not only, but does anybody know that? Any of you girls? Bianca, do you know that? Bianca, do you know that? Asia, do you know that?
Oh, when they said, when Katie Holmes, remember when she had the stuff on her chin?
Yeah.
And people were speculating that it was
yeah, but that's plain old herpes, like nasty herpes. I don't know that, but I'm saying what it looked like. Yeah. But I'm saying like herpes up at your temple. Oh. Herpes of your skin. Ew. I know. I need more clarification, but all I'm saying is that there's too much hugging and kissing going on, and it's really terrible. Whenever Karen does come to the house, you know, and she come to my house, of course I greet her with a hug. But she always hesitates, my writer. She always hesitates. She's like, because I know you don't like that. I'm like, Karen, you're in my house. Come on. You're not wearing bracelets to get caught. Like, I'm not a hugger. I'm not a hugger. I'm not a kisser. And it's mostly, it started out because it seems like do I hug under your arms? Do I hug you around your neck? Like I am 5'11". If you're meeting me and I got my big lucite's on, I am 6'4". How do I hug you? Ho, 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 ho. And I hug you underneath your arms and lift you off the ground and put you back down. How do I hug you? And I'm talking about the girl-on-girl hugs because, you know, a lot of the girls, you know, I see women, friend of mine had, give me a hug. And I'm just like, oh, gosh, that noise goes off in my head every time I hear give me a hug. Every time. The noise, exactly. I'm like, oh, my God. Over or under? Does she have bracelets on? Is it going to get caught in my hair clips? Pull a hair clip out? Does she have herpes? Do I have eczema cream on? Is it going to bump up against her? How much makeup? Did I bring my makeup all the way into my chin and down my neck? Am I going to... No hugs. No hugs. Can't we just... shake hands and just hi. Like, I'm not a hugger. I'm not needy like that. Now, I'm not saying that just because you hug it because you're needy. Like, I think back to when I met the great Oprah Winfrey, and I was pregnant. So, how can you deny a pregnant lady a hug?
Cry.
Not only did I cry, but that could have been because I was pregnant also. Here's the thing. When I met Oprah, the one and only time that I met her, I plotted on the situation. She was coming to Philly. I knew she was going to be there. This is at a time when I was pregnant. It was before I ended up losing the baby. But I was like 5 months. I lost the baby like 3 weeks later. But, I was putting on weight at a rapid pace because I love food and I see pregnancy as a reason to eat, throw down. So even though I was 5 months, I had that 9-month look. And I had on big shoes because at that point, I was treating myself like a regular pregnant lady. If I go out for the evening, why can't I wear something nice? I had a normal Kamali outfit on and some big shoes. And, my hair was all done up and I had it up higher. So now I had on my big shoes. Plus I had 8 inches of hair piled up on top of my head. So I'm like 7 feet tall. Everybody else is little. And I always use my height to my advantage. I love it. So here I come. Everybody's scared. I'm pregnant, but also I'm big, right? Here I come. And I had my Vogue magazine with Oprah on the cover, so I was prepared. That magazine had come out like a year before, but I was prepared because I said, one day I'm going to meet Oprah and I'm going to get her to sign this because I'm going to let her know I am a true fan. And I had my Sharpie uncapped and all ready. Oprah asked first and then rubbed my stomach. I loved that she asked. She said, hi. No, she didn't know who I was. I was just a pregnant girl, and I had my head cocked to the side, and I was crying. Because it was Oprah. My gosh, I get misty talking about it. So she,
Take your time. Get her a napkin.
And hurry with that napkin. He put so much makeup on me. I'm going to have skid marks through my makeup. I have to go on the show. Hurry! Oh, my God. Oh, no. Here come the tears going to slip. Okay, let me finish with the story. Okay. So she rubbed my stomach, and she said, good luck to you. And she signed her name. And, I immediately took it, and I got it framed. And it hangs in a special place in my house. Not for the whole world to see, but for me to see. And that was really special to me. But never in a million years would I have asked her for a hug. Just because that's Oprah. You know how many people hug her? Do you know that she, and she's out in a public event, she probably doesn't want to be fussed, have makeup left on her or anything like that. Like I just wouldn't, I would never ask somebody for a hug. I just wouldn't. It's just like a weird thing to me. A hug? Is that weird? No, Asia, I see what you're saying. She nodded, yes, it is, Miss Wendy. No. Why can you all barely look at me when I get tears in my eyes? The whole room gets awkward. No, but that's Oprah. I would never ask her for a hug, though. Not in a million.
Ask her, but did you want to hug her?
No. I don't want to hug her. Because I don't want to, she looked beautiful. And I didn't want to muss her hair. I didn't want, because I'm a woman. And, and I spend a lot of time putting myself together. Although you wouldn't believe it, but I do. And I don't want makeup left. Like no. No, I wouldn't have. It's Oprah. And so she, anyway, let's talk about the herpes in Hollywood, because that's what we were talking about. I was talking about facial herpes. I just, anytime anybody asks me for a hug, and I'm not talking about family, because they don't ask for a hug. You kind of give them that one hug when they show up at the house, and then that's it, done. It's like, that's out of the way. You know what I mean? Yes. But all that hugging and all that stuff, I see you out in the street, you know what I'm saying? Hugging.
That looks feel good, though.
I thought you liked
You know what? And that's another thing. The Rainbow Coalition is out of control. Have you ever gotten a hug from a woman with an extra feel and a squeeze?
Oh.
See, Bianca knows.
I did.
Bianca, right?
How they hold you extra tight.
And you feel something. And you're like, ah. I'm not hugging anymore.
Yeah, the breast rubbing against each
Yup.
other.
Oh, exactly. And so you can't hug. At one point, I was like, I'm not hugging any men because sometimes I'll meet men and they're like, "Oh, girl, a hug." I'm like, can we just shake hands? But now it's with the girls. They be looking at you like a well-done steak with A1 on the sides and a baked potato loaded with butter and sour cream.
And they don't let you go.
And they don't let you go. How about people that shake your hand and hold way too long? You feel me squidge it away. You feel me like, why are you holding so long? Are you trying to work a ring off my finger? Or are we, did you wash your hands after you went to the bathroom? Oh, hell, I didn't wash my hands after I went to the bathroom. Like that.
I'm trying to savor the moment with you, though.
But we can savor it through conversation. Do you know how much that conversation, that brief, fleeting 10 seconds with Oprah meant to me? Meant a lot.
Never forget it.
Conversation means more than autograph. If she said, I don't give an autograph, fine. I have no problem with that. Some of you complain about that. You see people, they don't going to give out. You know what means the most? A damn conversation. And a pearl. You walk away with a pearl. In your mind. Not a hug. An autograph.
About a picture.
The picture's fine, as long as your camera's all cocked and loaded.
Yeah.
Because then you take a picture, that's when they get the hug in. Right. Okay, I can't have a hug, how about a picture? Then here they go. All hugged up in the picture. And then the friend is not ready with the camera. And now you're standing hugged up. You would have been better off just giving the original hug than taking the picture. Because now, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Are we still in the same hug position? The flash, put the flash on, damn it! And then your smile, or at least my smile, turns from genuine to needles and pins. It's a happy man that grins. All right, Hollywood herpes, then we're going to go into the break. Oh, this show, we go through such a gamut of emotions in here, I can't take it. Crying is so good for you, though. I love it. It keeps me even-tempered.
It feels good, too.
Gosh. It feels really good. I love to cry when I know I have no makeup on, and when I know I don't have to put Visine in my eyes to clear it up. I love to be at my house and cry over joy, or anger or whatever. But crying to me, that's like better than going to the gym. Like I just can work it out and then not have to go to work or reapply or do Visine and not have to worry about after you and crying and sleep together. That goes better than peanut butter and jelly. Crying and sleep, are you kidding me? When you wake up in the morning, your eyes are full. They look disgusting. But crying, sleep, and no work the next day, oh my gosh, that's the best. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm exhausted. I can't wait for the club tonight. The first thing I'm going to do, beer tender. Get me a drink.
Beer tender.
Herpes is so rampant in Hollywood, a state of emergency should be declared, according to Panache report. But publicists will never allow it. They go to great lengths to hide their clients' conditions from the general public, and they make sure the prescriptions are under fake name in case a pharmacist decides to sell the information to the tabloids. Manufacturers of herpes medication can make a fortune in Hollywood alone. Every other celebrity, male or female, seems to be infected with herpes. Oh, damn. Well, we had 2 celebrities in here. Which one today? We had 2. We had Ron Artest and Little Mo. But they aren't in Hollywood. They're free. They're clear. This is Hollywood we're talking about. All right. What makes it so dangerous? A condom does not prevent herpes since it can be transmitted from skin-to-skin contact. This is the thing with the hug. And we're in the middle of the summer, and everybody's skin's exposed, and people still want to hug. Now, I got eczema. Would you like this? I don't know that you can catch it from me like that, but the point is that, skin-to-skin contact. Oh. Damn. Listen to this. Skin-to-skin contact during an outbreak phase. A popular black actress is infected. A non-white hunk is infected. An old school crooner is infected. Consider a living... And the same old school crooner considered a living legend. TB? Is in fact.
I'm thinking about RI.
Oh!
Easy.
It's just no fun anymore out there in the field. It is no fun.
Get somebody and stay with them.
But then, if you're going to be cheating, then you're bringing it home anyway.
Yeah, you gotta make sure they stay with you too.
And you have to make sure that you stay with them. And then what about girls trying to get slick and wear no panties to the club? Can you get herpes like that?
Oh, hope not.
With the rawness on the banquet? See, we're going to get a germ expert in here next week. I got a million questions. An old school crooner. An old school crooner considered a living legend is infected. A black female singer is infected. Numerous professional athletes are infected. A famous black director is infected, just to name a few. These infections could have been prevented if the infected parties did not have sex during outbreak phases. I don't even want to have sex when the outbreaks cover back up and smooth over. Ew.
Yeah.
And not only that, you got to watch the blunt lip. You think it's blunt lip? That's herpes. In some cases. The lights are so dim up in the spot. And you're so hennied up. You know what I'm saying? And you finally found a match. Now you're ready. Then you got a cipher going. You got 5 blunts and 5 dudes or girls or whatever. Now you're all passing. Nobody's noticing that big ass open sore on Junie's lip. I was going to say Junior, but that sounded too contrived. Now I remember Art has a friend named Junie. Damn, sorry. Sorry, Junie. Hi, that's Thomas. He's Japanese. And, so you gotta be careful. Let's go into the break. I need to go gather my thoughts. We'll be back to talk about Aretha Franklin. I'm going to tell you about money made off a brick. Eminem has to do with this one. We'll read a few of your letters. And, it is what it is. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Thanks.
Bismarcky, I got a new suggestion for nausea, heartburn, and indigestion, upset stomach and diarrhea. Pepto-Bismol is the perfect idea. I got news for your mouth to savor. Pepto's got a cherry flavor, so when you got the bellies and you can't even wait, paint tastes better than you think. Pepto-Cherry, pink tastes better than you think.
This portion of programming is brought to you by STS Tire and Auto Centers. Need new tires? STS has them in stock. Now at STS Tire and Auto, buy 4 Pirelli tires and get a free wheel alignment. Hurry, offer ends September 3rd. STS Tire and Auto Centers. It's a trust thing.
Hi, everybody. It's the Bismarcky. You're checking out the bonus hour of Wicked Wendy Williams.
Yeah. Okay, so it was a hoax. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, everybody who's written in. That was a hoax, that needle on the gas. But that's vindictive. That's just as vindictive as that person who's been spitting in people's faces with HIV/AIDS. You read about that in the newspaper yesterday? And remember Dartman back in the 90s? Remember Dartman? Dartman was blowing darts in girls' behinds. as they walk down the street, and then you feel, oh, what was that?
He's Cupid.
Yeah, Cupid, exactly. Exactly, that's a good one, Cupid, as opposed to calling him Dartman. Dear Wendy, Toni Braxton needs to quit talking about future projects until they're official. She's gone and messed around and find Beyonce doing her show a la Bonnie and Clyde theme. Yeah, but Adrienne, she's gained diesel denim and a secure marriage with Kerry. So, the trade-off is in a lot of people's eyes better. I hear what you're saying, though. Big Boy from Outkast has finally lifted the curtain. What do you want me to say next? What do you want me to say next? How you doing? I'm here. No, he's lifted the curtain on his own record label. It's called Purple Ribbon. And he announced that yesterday. It's distributed through Virgin. And he's releasing on his Purple Ribbon an all-star compilation featuring Bubba Sparxxx. Oh, excuse me. And Bubba Sparxxx also has his own CD coming out with the Purple Ribbon Virgin album. It's called Space Mountain, and it's scheduled for October. Do people still care about Bubba Sparxxx like that?
No.
Forgot about him.
Yeah. I mean, do you care?
No.
Just for the first single, if it's not banging, then he's a goner.
Even that.
Oh.
Well, Aretha Franklin, everybody, is going to be among the people honored at the Lady of Soul Awards. Told you that the other day. Well, here's the story about the brick. Okay. Shout out to the block. I got on my Young Jeezy Snowman t-shirt. But it's not that kind of story. It's a piece of 8 Mile history. A brick from the 8 Mile signed by Eminem is on its way to Nebraska. Apparently, somebody in Nebraska paid $685 for the last of 30 commemorative bricks from the recent demolition of the Detroit Artillery Armory on 8 Mile in Oak Park, Detroit. That's the most that any of the bricks have gone for, and a man paid for it. Great. The project is actually a part of the Marshall Mathers Foundation to help troubled youths and the 8 Mile Boulevard Association. And to date, the project has raised $8.5 million. Very nice. Mm-hmm. My boss here at WBLS, our general manager, his name is Dion Livingston. And we happen to have been talking earlier today, and I asked him if he was, because summer, the executives are notorious in all companies for, going away or wherever the executives go to vacation while the rest of us blaboos stay around and do the grunt work. So he said, no, he won't be here because Tuesday, I asked him about something. He said, no, because Tuesday is his daughter's first day of school. And I wanted to ask him so badly, is he taking her to rep for what's it called, Art? All the black fathers are encouraged to take their kids to school for that million something or another march. The Million Daddy March, bogus mess. I didn't ask him, though. He's a hands-on dad. He's going just because that's what fathers do. He doesn't need a march to do it. But in case some of you all do, your first day of your kid's school, it's called the Million. I was talking about it the other day and got disgusted and threw away the paper. Shout out to everybody who has eczema. I got on stage last week at the Laugh Factory because it's hot. I wear my, jeans rolled. I have on shorts tonight. I don't even care. My eczema is looking 1,000 times better, though. I got to tell you something. I zhuzhed up my cream.
Wow, where'd it go?
Well, I have to tell you something. It's still there, but it is fading and fading fast. I got a whole new thing going on. But, when you're on the stage and the lights are up, but it's not like Madison Square Garden, people are sitting right up on the eczema, and they're at eczema level. Because I'm on the stage, and you're sitting in the seat, and you're at eczema level. Exactly. Yeah. And I'm conscious of it only when I'm on the stage at the Laugh Factory, because the lights are up high enough on the stage, and they're at eczema level. So I mention it. I say, it's eczema, because Yeah. And so I said... Who has eczema here? Yeah. I'll be damned. Like 75% of the people were like, "Oh!" I was like, "Ow!" All right. All of a sudden, I felt like I was among a diseased family. I just felt so good. I would have never thought to just ask and because that's the level playing field. If I got it, you're staring at it. Do you have it too? Yeah. People don't volunteer that kind of information unless they feel like they're joined. So I said, "I've got it. Who's got eczema?" Mm-hmm. Turns out mine is psoriasis, by the way, so you're the sick one. But you know who else has eczema? Leanne Rimes. And so she's done this big expose for the National Enquirer. If you have eczema like me, don't be embarrassed, she says. And it goes on to say more than 35 million Americans are affected with eczema. Having eczema and appearing on stage in front of thousands of people takes courage. And here's her quote. "It was really hard to cover myself when I was on stage. I often wore 2 pair of pantyhose trying to hide the red blotches on my legs." So she has hers like I have mine. 2 years ago, she found a way to keep her eczema at bay. And now she feels free to wear sleeveless blouses. Oh, she's got it crawling up her arms too. And swimsuits. Clothing that she would never have worn in the past. Well, what is the information? Celebrities suffer from eczema the same as everyone else does, and that's why I came out and told everyone that I have eczema. I was diagnosed with eczema when I was 2 years old. By the time I was 6, I had scales all over my body, yada, yada, yada. Shut up. She doesn't say what she took. Oh, my gosh, there's a telephone number for us to call. Oh, my gosh, are you ready? 1-877-MY-ECZEMA. 1-877-MY-ECZEMA. I'm calling it as soon as I get in the car tonight.
But you're cool, though.
I don't care. I'm trying to keep it at bay because it's down here below my knees.
Uh-oh.
But as it creeps up the legs, over my knees, past my mid-thighs.
Oh.
Next thing you know, I got a scaly coochie.
Scaly coochie.
Oh, so eczema sufferers fear no more. The celebrities are coming out in droves, admitting that they too have. That Lisa Ray really landed a good one. I mean, she's about to be the Queen of Sheba. All engaged. No, I'm about to tell you how it went down. So she got engaged to this man, the Honorable Michael Missick. He's the chief minister of the Turks and the, how do you pronounce it? Caicos? Caicos. And the Caicos Island. He got down on one knee in front of both their families and friends, including Lisa Ray's mom, and proposed in the garden of his home on July 28th. They first met at TBS's Triumph Award in Atlanta. They're going to exchange vows on December 28th in the Turks and Caicos Islands. There will be a group of 40 islanders between the Bahamas and Puerto Rico. Excuse me. Those islands are a group of 40 islands between the Bahamas and Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. Oh, she said she doesn't need that show anymore. I mean, she's a driven woman. She'll still continue to work. But talk about attitude, she'll be working like this. Jada, how did you raise your voice at me? And look to Will and say, Miss Honey, don't you say a word. Okay? Now, we'll get started when I say action. Act, damn, Shun.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Congratulations, Lisa Ray. All right, I'm being kicked out. I'll tell you what, though. Damn. I wanted to talk about the scandal with the West Indian community and the carnival and the Parkway parade, because there's a lot going on. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll save that for the bonus hour. Okay.
Doing.
How you doing? Vaughn Harper's coming up next with The Quiet Storm. I love you for listening today, everyone. And for those of you coming to the Laugh Factory tonight, let's laugh and have fun. The Laugh Factory's on 8th Avenue at 42nd Street. It's the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. Art is very insulted when you get there after he does his opening act. Yeah. I think I'll walk down there with you tonight. Oh. If you know what I mean, and I think you do. Oh. All right? Then I might do a set, too.
Head knock. Artest rapping.
Yeah. Let me give everybody a preview. Look, watch this, everybody. I'm going to give you something to laugh at. I don't know why this is such a big deal. You can do it, too.
No, I can't. I tried.
All right, well, let me just break it down.
It's a gift.
All right, here we go. This is me knocking on my neck. I mean, on my... Damn. Oh, that could probably work, too. This is me knocking on my forehead. Don't play any music with me. I want it to be very, very organic. Yes. All right. Watch, I'm going to zhuzh up the beat and then get it rolling. Watch. Wait. Don't make me laugh. You make me laugh, I mess it up. All right. Don't look at me. Turn around. Turn around, everybody. Act like, no, I don't. Don't duck like somebody's shooting. Get up, Art.
Well, the other one is in here.
Why are you? Oh, it is?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it for you.
Oh, wait, hold on, you all. Never mind. This is even better. Because I finally took the head knock in the studio and produced a full-blown beat. Now, get it up there, Art.
Okay.
Come on now. This is me. You can hear my bangles. I don't take them off. I sleep in them. I go through the airport. They say remove them. I'm like, no. Zhuzh me over, and that's that. Right. So you're going to hear my bangles and everything. They serve as my tambourine. Right. Where is it?
I'm trying to think what he put it under.
He said it's called head knock.
He said knucklehead. I'm on the K. He's on the knucklehead.
He might have spelled it with an N.
I tried.
Oh.
Just give me a second. Just stall for a second. Just give me a second there.
All right. I'm going to be at Amazora on Saturday night, by the way, in Queens. Do you see it?
Oh, I'm in the O's now.
Never mind. Look, I'll do it myself. Look. Okay. And I'm out. Bye.
Wow.
Wendy Williams Broadcast Day.